Okay, welcome back to our three-part deep dive into the most documented individual on the internet, that is Christine Weston Chandler, more commonly known as Chris Chan. This is the third and final part to the trilogy, so if you made it this far, a big old congratulations to you from the Red Thread crew. That is actually quite an impressive feat in of itself. We've already covered, I think, close to 7 hours of Chris Chan documentation in long form video format. So if you've watched that the entire way through and you're coming back for more power to you. That's crazy. Yeah, we can only applaud you. So we've covered the years from 2019. Sorry, this is the video where we'll be covering from 2019 through to the current whereabouts and activities of Chris. In our last episode, we covered 2009 through 2018, what many consider the golden age of Chris Chan documentation. We witnessed the systematic trolling operations against Chris, from the elaborate Jackie saga to the horrific destruction of his Sonichu medallion at the hands of Blue Spike. It's basically the 9/11 of the Chris Chan universe, that event. Like, we all remember where we were on the day that the Sonichu medallion was broken by Blue Spike. I remember where I was. I'm not sure about you guys.
I think I was sitting down on this podcast when I learned that.
Yeah, true.
Kira, do you remember?
I think I was also sitting down on this podcast.
Yeah,
we were all here
memorable
for it.
Stuff. Yeah. Jackson was also on this podcast.
Moment.
It was the one missing piece of the puzzle that he didn't know about Chris Chan's life.
Oh, I knew about that event. Don't worry. So we also covered the financial and emotional deterioration of the Chandler household following Bob's death, the patriarch of the family, and Chris's transition from Tom Girl to publicly opening up about his transgender identity, even legally changing his name from Chris to Christine in 2016. We also witnessed serious legal issues following Chris and Barb's confrontation with a game place manager, followed by mounting debt and shameless donation begging that became increasingly common in the years up until now. Part 2, if you don't recall, ended with perhaps the most damaging saga yet, the Idea Guys, whose organized efforts rewired Chris's entire belief system while also extorting over $6,000 from him. And again, that was the Idea Guys, not the Try Guys. They're a completely different entity. They didn't challenge themselves into breaking Chris Chan's psyche for a YouTube video. Even though I really that wouldn't be too surprising, honestly, if that did happen. I could see that.
It is the Try Guys. It's the exact same thing. They are.
It might be the same
challenge.
Though luckily the so-called guard dogs, the defenders of peace and civility, stopped them eventually. Even though they did, though, the damage to Chris's psyche was already done. It was, in fact, too late. In October 2018, Chris announced the idea of the so-called dimensional merge, a prophecy where the real world and his fictional cartoon worlds would collide. In this final part of the Christory of Chris Chan, we'll find out if this so-called dimensional merge actually occurred, and if it did, what horrors were born from it. That's this week on Red Thread.
Wow, what a powerful ending to the trilogy.
It's an exciting week here because we finally get to close out probably our most intensive trilogy of videos so far in Red Thread history. The entire chronicling of Chris Chan's life and history and all of the events that really precede him. I'm looking forward to it. I'm scared. I'm hesitant because this is like Pandora's box, everyone. Seriously, once we open up this episode, the contents of this episode, there's no going back. You're not going to unhear the things that we talk about in this episode. You can't undo them. They're already done. They're already etched into the history of the internet. There's no undoing it. So, word of warning to those of you who are squeamish or perhaps find certain things. How do I describe this without spoiling it?
I think what he's trying to say is keep listening. This show is for you. It is as G-rated as it comes. If you like Toy Story, you'll like Chris Chan. There is a lot of toys that will be mentioned.
If you are at all squeamish about love, I don't know how else to put it. Love. If you're squeamish about inappropriate love, don't keep watching this episode for the love of God.
Hey, that's a value judgment,
keep
Jackson.
This episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, you're gonna have to just wing it. Actually, just keep listening. You'll understand where it's going pretty quickly, I think. And if it seems like something that you might not enjoy too much of, then just click off and live your life in blissful ignorance of what has happened here in the dimensional merge. So, are you two looking forward to this, Kira? Do you know where this is going, right? You know exactly where this is going, surely.
Unfortunately, I do.
Yes, and so you didn't take my warning. You're here, so you must be looking forward to it. I appreciate that about you.
Oh.
Committed.
Yeah, good on you, Kira.
Committed.
You know, it's pretty brave to come out and openly admit that you like this stuff. It's yeah. We've got to applaud you for your honesty.
Don't. I can't. I hate it.
No.
No, points for dishonesty at this point then, Kira. Points deducted. Look, I will say that this is how I was introduced to Chris Chan. This was... I started at the end like any good Tarantino film, and I've worked my way back from there. It was very much learn this one critical piece of information. You're probably wondering how I got here. And I am very, very curious to see the final missing pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah, the events that we're kind of hinting towards right now, if you know of Chris Chan, you know it. Like, it's the most prominent aspect of Chris Chan chronology. It's the thing that's most talked about online. It's the thing that everyone knows about. If you had all Googled Chris Chan, you would have seen headlines about this event. So, yeah, unless you're going in here completely blind as to who Chris Chan is at all, like if this is the first time you're hearing his name, if our series is the first time you've heard his name, which I find very unlikely, then you know where this is going. So I'm looking forward to piecing it all together, though, in detail for both of you, because as someone who followed it pretty extensively when it was happening, and I don't think you two did, there's a lot of elements here that are very Chris Chan, very specific to Chris Chan. It could only happen in the Chris Chan universe. Okay, so it's going to be a little adventure here that we're going to go on. So you
became a Zodiac hunter once you learned this.
No, I didn't. No, I followed it when it was happening. Like, it was very prominent on the internet when it happened. Like, there were breaking videos coming out like every day for a bit there.
Wow.
Yes. Bask in my amazement. You sound absolutely mind broken by me watching like internet news, basically.
I am always mind broken by that, Jackson. I find it honestly astonishing. How do you find all of this news that seems to be
Twitter?
Once you click on one video? Okay, that answers that. Well done. That's okay. That's that mystery solved. But
didn't need a full episode for that.
No. That's done. The thing is, okay, it's embarrassing enough what happened. Imagine if the world knew. It all of a sudden, I don't feel so sorry for Louis C.K., you know? This is your proclivity. Yeah. This is where...
Yeah, the stuff here
I hope that the dimensional
happens,
merge is real for him so he can escape
for his sake.
For his sake.
Yeah, but I don't think the impact means nearly as much to Chris Chan of what happened, like the humiliation aspect of what happens. It doesn't matter nearly as much to Chris Chan, I think, than it would to a person like you, myself, or Louis C.K., for example. If something like that came out about us, I think I would probably...
I don't know what I could do. I think you're going to have to.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that you live the rest of your life with that.
Yeah. But you know, the old internet meme, friendly Geordies is not suicidal. If this happened, I absolutely would be. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, well, luckily for us, it is in our power to make sure that doesn't happen. It's not like this is a hypothetical future where it might accidentally happen to us, Jordan.
Yes, of course not. Yes, that's everyone's experience here.
Okay, so
now let's move on.
Let's continue 2019. We're up to 2019 now. Our final chapter begins in 2019, immediately starting with an incident in January. Members of the online animated series TF2 Analysis, which is a fan-made production crossover between My Little Pony and Team Fortress 2, collectively decided to block Chris on Twitter following an unprecedented amount of post activity from trolls and Chris himself. A longtime follower and fan of TF2 Analysis, Chris expectedly didn't handle the blocking very well. In response, Chris uploaded an unhinged video addressed to the haters and bullies. The video mostly addresses the impending warfare between fictional heroes and villains in his foretold dimensional merge. All right, so let's I've got timestamps here for this video, so we're going to watch this video together.
Hello everyone. I've just talked with the war rebels and haters in dimension C197, and I'm going to share the statement with the rebels and haters here in this world and dimension. For those who don't know, this war is between the CPUs, console patron units, deities, heroes, superheroes, and the villains and supervillains who are acting against the prophecies and destinies that all have been happening, are happening, and shall happening.
Okay, so there seems to be some kind of giant war happening in the across dimensions, or perhaps in a different dimension. It's very hard to piece together the lore, the Chris Chan lore of the dimensional aspects of his made up worlds.
We're not at his level.
Above worlds and dimensions, like all heroes before us, we defend and fight for all of you, for y'all's freedom, safety, good health, and we will not stop defending because we really do care for all of you, our peoples, individuals,
I'd vote for him.
OCs or original characters, creatures big and small, and everyone else who loves and lives freely. In the end, our two dimensions shall be merged, and we will all be able to live fully tangible with each other and everyone as soon as possible, as it has been destined and prophesized.
Okay, I feel a lot safer knowing that my OCs are going to survive the dimensional merge. That's very important to me, knowing that my favorite cartoon characters and my original creations, no matter what happens in the dimensional merge, they will remain safe due to Chris Chan's defense. He's thought ahead.
Yep, and yet you humiliate him, Jackson. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I don't. He's
part of that lynch mob.
Well, I didn't know until this video. I didn't know that he was out there lurking in the shadows defending my OCs. I wasn't aware. If I had known this earlier, I wouldn't have spent so much of my life ridiculing him. You need to make that a bit clearer.
So here's the thing.
What have we done?
Haters and bullies. Why can't y'all just find something else that's actually popularly disliked and hated, like Putin and his recent spiel against the LGBTQ in Russia? Or Donald Trump's freaking wall! Really taking money out of every single person's pockets. Is he thinking about the people? No, he's not thinking about us. He's thinking about himself. But this is not about Donald Trump.
Unlike Chris.
Has anyone attempted to try to convince Chris that Donald Trump's wall is actually a defense against all the evils from the dimensional merge? Is there a world where people could have tricked Chris into potentially supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, totally. This is a man that I think is very easy to dupe into anything, isn't he? Especially if you said to him, Donald Trump is secretly a woman, and then he could be like, yay, one of my gal pals. You reckon? And the other thing, don't you think that Chris Chan, do you think that there's anything that he strongly holds as a belief that isn't completely intransient and changes? Maybe the medallion thing.
Yeah, just anything to do with Sonichu, I guess. Like the Sonichu being his and only his. He owns the rights to Sonichu. I mean, even that's transient in that he changes a lot about Sonichu all the fucking time, and like lore updates and such. But like the core belief that Sonichu is his property, he's to do whatever he wants with. It's like the most integral, important part of him. There's definitely, he's definitely got beliefs, but I wouldn't say he's got morals like a regular person has. An understanding of morals and ethics. I don't think he has anything like that. He's probably got vague ideas of what is right and wrong, but again, like you said, very transient understandings of those.
It's a tell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anytime you ever meet somebody like that, it's there's a real thin line. This is just a life lesson now, but I honestly think there's a really thin line between somebody who is a finger waggler and constantly shames people and somebody that has no beliefs whatsoever. You got to have something. And it's very revealing when somebody has like their fundamental core beliefs. And what is it? Oh, it's these 2 copyright cartoon images that I morphed together. It's mine now.
For all of his talk,
man.
Well, that's what I was going to say. For all of his talk about the spiritual and the metaphysical and the incredible, I would say that his values and his ethics are almost entirely material.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, God, it's a big drawing point of Chris Chan, don't you think, is trying to decipher what he's saying. It's like one sentence that I said in Red Thread, and then you guys couldn't figure it out, and I didn't know how to communicate it, even though English is my only language. I still couldn't figure it out. We were lost in translation.
Yeah, there was
something like the audience as well was
there.
What? Yeah, as soon as you don't understand something, you lean in more, don't you? That's his entire shtick. Sentences that make no sense.
But I don't think they make sense to him.
You don't think so?
I think that maybe there is like a divine spirit talking through him, and the translator just gets broken in between that spirit and us. He's the only conduit.
He's the vessel. Okay. Yeah.
It's about all of you, the haters, and how y'all need to find something else to focus your hatred upon. And I will recommend this, as I did to the haters and rebels in C197 earlier today. Go punch a reinforced bag of sand. Even those of y'all who are stuck to a chair in perma-epic fail, y'all can still reach out and punch a bag.
It's like a little old grandma there.
He does.
Simple! You're on a chair, just punch.
He was born an old grandma.
Still reach out and punch a bag of sand that you ordered from Lowe's or something.
All right, so his solution for world peace is anyone with anger in their hearts buy a bag of sand from Lowe's and just beat it up. Take your anger out that way. Yeah, that's his words of advice to Putin and Donald Trump. They wouldn't be so evil.
Yeah, well, they
had a Lowe's bag of sand. All right, let's listen to this final segment of this video, which is entitled, by the way, "A Message to Everyone and the Haters and Bullies."
And to borrow Dr. King's intro line, I have a dream.
Why does
nice,
epic.
I don't think MLK sounded like that when he delivered that line, like he was some like supernatural villain, like some Frankenstein monster.
From those who hated before, finding their own happiness in being kind, with hatred and bullying put aside in worn-out punching sandbags. Those who I had nightmares of, looking to trash my home's yard, with running tires and weapons against my person in needless angst, having to defend myself with my own wit and speed.
Sandbags again.
Whoa! He's improved it.
Yeah, he's good. That's a pretty motivational speech. I'll give it to him. 7 minutes long.
Yeah,
and I feel very motivated coming out of it. Yeah, do we have any bags of sand, Kira? Can we get on top of that? Sounds like a good purchase.
We'll get some.
The video mostly addresses the impending warfare between fictional heroes and villains in his foretold dimensional merge. His anger at the situation reached a breaking point on the 22nd of January when he uploaded a video of him yelling hysterically into the camera. Let's have a look at that.
And here it is. Nice.
This is titled, Ah. Oh, God.
My
Chris.
God.
Why is he showing the crinkle at the top of his nose?
It's the most powerful part of his body.
Ah, that's where his third eye is.
His little grandma wrinkles.
He's got grandma wrinkles.
It's the window to his spirituality through that little crease.
You can't unsee it, can you? Even when he was 8 years old, he was a grandma.
I really do think that he's aged not gracefully. I'll put it that way. This video followed an apology video, which we'll watch right now.
Too much of it. And she's been on YouTube since 2012. I've been online since 2007. I could teach her how to be like Stonewall Jackson to every single Troy bully, except for more recently where everybody started blocking me, and it became more and more and more and more and more and more and more, and the rejection just killed this mind in my body so much that my soul does not want to return home from CY97, where all of our OCs actually do exist, coexist, and everything.
Damn, I've got to say, there's a lot more energy in Chris Chan when he's going off script and he's just shooting from the soul as opposed to reading from the phone.
There's a flow to it.
It's a lot,
almost pimp-like.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to it. It's very artistic.
And harassment. I do not harass anyone. The only things I do on Twitter are kindness and supportive type commentary. You look at my history on my one main Twitter account, you would have seen, before all this chaos, you would have seen nothing but positives. And you look at the last few comments left y'all before you started blocking me. Positives.
Yeah, there's something, it's really fucked up just how much of Chris's positive energy has been sapped by you naysayers out there. I won't stand for it. Chris is defending our OCs, goddammit. How many times is Chris out on the trenches defending our OCs from the dimensional merge? And we can't even send him positive messages. Yeah, what have you done?
And in fact, you block him, which makes it harder, I'm imagining, traveling through dimensions and whatnot. If anything. Everyone should be ashamed of themselves except Chris Chan.
And that's another thing that's making the merge between our dimension C197 there and this here dimension 1218, because so many people in this world are distancing themselves too much from their own OCs. And I know that I'm also addressing a bunch of you who were still very well connected to your own OCs, and that's very good. But still, we're being misrepresented in the media as well. So, we're very upset about that. The reboots do not help, and just, it really messes us up in our dimension.
Okay. he's very out of breath.
I was confused about how he is out of breath. He's so unhealthy. It's this weird combination of it's like it's fatness and advanced aging.
I think it's just he probably works himself up into too much of a he works himself up too much over every small thing. Like, yes, we're seeing one 9-minute long rant, but I doubt he just sits down and relaxes for the rest of the 24 hours of the day. He's probably always like this off camera as well, just constantly in this kind of worked up state. Yeah, it's a full body work. He's probably the most healthy man ever made.
Yeah.
He's probably super healthy.
Yes. Kira, did you have anything to add, or did we cover that by wondering
That's
how
exactly what you wanted to say.
Chris Chan's fat storage works.
I think it's just all the dimensional stuff. I don't know, where did it come from?
Yeah, it's just like Interstellar or what's the other movie where they go backwards in time? Tenet, Inception, all of that stuff. As soon as you start working with different dimensions and time, it's just too confusing, Chris Chan. You gotta just simplify it a little bit for us. Because we're only one dimension people. You're the multi-dimensional being. You've got a greater understanding of the world. We're stuck with one dimension logic over here. We need a crash course on this.
Yeah.
So on the upside, he continued creating Sonotru content, releasing Sonotru Special 6 shortly after the meltdown. The following month, Chris started a new Twitter account in hopes of reconnecting with the TF2 analysis members and other bronies who blocked him. April was a chaotic month for Chris. Firstly, he released a strange video in which a masked man in a white suit pretended to be Reginald Chandler, who is Chris's fictitious son from another dimension. And in the video, he reads a poem which is written by Crystal Chandler, who is Chris's imaginary future daughter, which we've talked about Crystal Chandler in previous episodes. She's been a long OG character pretty much from the very beginning. Chris Chan has always had a obsession with this Crystal Chandler character who is apparently his future daughter. The poem seems to discuss yet again the idea of a dimensional merging event. So this dimensional merging event, which was planted in Chris Chan's brain through two avenues. On one hand, the Try Guys, not the Try Guys, the
it's the Try Guys.
Yeah, the Try Guys.
Stop covering
the
for
idea them. Guys. The idea guys. Them, manipulating Chris Chan, but also through him being very susceptible to that by being, heavily autistic and mentally impaired. So both of those things combined made him actively believe that a dimensional merge was going to happen, and it's pretty much fundamentally ruling his life at this point. Later in the month, Chris was sued by Recovery Portfolio Associates, LLC, for his mounting debt. He continued to beg for money from fans, but also showed off his Pokeball collection just 2 days after being sued. Chris also watched PewDiePie's video, The Legend of Chris Chan, although he wasn't much of a fan, seeing as it didn't paint him in the best light. Do you think Chris Chan's going to watch our trilogy? Chris Chan, if you're listening to this, you're more than welcome to come on the show. Jordan really wants to meet you.
Yeah, and in this dimension as well. I don't want any of these outs because, again, we are one-dimensional beings. So make sure that you do it in this one, Chris. That's the first point. The second point is...
You're such a cheapskate. You just don't want to pay for the interdimensional costs of traveling.
Yeah. I guess that is... look, if you're going to fault me, that is mine. I'm very cheap. But come on. Don't you think that this is something that you shouldn't... I think there has to be so much stuff on Chris Chan at this point that it's kind of like trying to watch all the pornography on the internet. One cannot do it. It's impossible. There's not enough time in the day.
One can watch all the Chris Chan pornography on the internet. Yeah, well, you could try. You could definitely make a good dent in it, perhaps. No, I actually don't think that you could, realistically. Even if you watched all of the pornography in the world on like 10 times speed, you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't even make a considerable dent in it. And also with Chris Chan content, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I honestly think. I think half of the internet is pornography, and the other half is Chris Chan content. and
there is a concerning overlap as well. The Venn diagram does unfortunately intersect a little bit somewhere there.
Mostly I'm imagining in the hentai region.
A few days later, Chris weighed in on the Notre Dame fires, claiming that it was actually caused by a Pokemon. Which I did have a look at this because I was very interested in what he meant here. This is his Twitter post about the events. He says, "Good morning, everyone. I wish to take this moment to offer my thoughts on the fire that took over the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France, yesterday. I was in Newport News, Virginia, VA, I think that's Virginia, after reclaiming my lost wallet and putting $20 worth of gas at the Shell station. And Shell is, of course, tagged for the good publicity. Taking a break at the nearby at Target, having some pasta at Mountain Dew in its cafe, and luring Pokemon at its Pokestop with Magi-chan, who is his Sonichu, one of his Sonichu OCs, Crizel, I believe, I don't know who that is. And my Blaziken, which is a Pokemon type, Inuyasha, which is the name of his Blaziken. All three of them are at the table. I saw and read the first notification from the @NBC News app. He's got so many sponsors here. He's been tagging like 5 different brands so far. From the @NBC News app on my phone stating that Notre Dame was set ablaze. My initial thoughts were, oh, the humanity. Crizel and Inuyasha were both shocked with me and Magi-chan, a bit crestfallen at the event, had foreseen this happening long ago. He assured me that many people would be safe and that the cathedral would be quickly restored. I even saw a retweet of the footage of its spire falling and the smoke puffing out from the blaze. I saw a legendary bird Pokemon flying there and its head shape forming in the smoke, shown in that video clip. Accident or not, this blaze was fated to happen at the cathedral. If y'all can take anything from my tweet here, is the assurance from Magi-chan, Sonichu, and I that Notre Dame will be quickly restored and it will be a fateful and magical sight to behold, especially in how quickly it happens. And my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who was affected by the tragedy. Be safe and well, and have a good day. End quote. So he's accusing, I think, Moltres, right? Kira, Moltres is the legendary fire bird Pokemon? If I'm remembering my Pokemon right.
Maybe.
One of the legendary bird Pokemon of causing the cathedral fire. So that's a very big accusation to make.
Yeah, on Moltres' end as well. I hope that he's got some credible evidence for that, because Moltres doesn't deserve that sort of defamation if that's the case. He's really, what a majestic animal that is. Look at it go.
That wouldn't stand in Australia.
What?
Moltres would have a good defamation case against Chris Chan here. It wouldn't stand in Australia. Moltres would be able to seek litigation.
He would be physically and metaphorically burned. That is. Imagine if you looked through the world like you see Pokemon Go Vision without the app. That is how Chris.
Well, that's what he's saying. That's basically what he's saying. That's how he views the world. Like, he's saying that he's sitting at a table at the Target with Magi-chan, Crizel, and his Blaziken sitting with him. Like, he visually sees that. That's I would kill for that life, actually, honestly.
Yeah, pretty jealous of it. God, interdimensional traveling's very cool.
Following a frustrating amount of fan mail being received at the Chandler residence, Chris responded with a video claiming that PewDiePie did not live at 14 Branchland Court, once again doxing himself online. The summer of 2019 saw Chris's dimensional merge hysteria steepen. In a response to fan complaints that he wasn't producing any content for his paying Patreon fans, as well as sustaining his long stint of unemployment. A reminder, Chris's last attempt at getting a proper job was signing up for a multi-level marketing company back in 2003, which at the time was 16 years prior. Chris declared his preoccupation with the dimensional merge was consuming all of his time and mental energy, and so he couldn't get a job. He also shared that Jesus Christ himself will be a part of the merge, including any and all OCs, original characters from other fictional franchise characters as well. So,
okay, lumping Jesus in with that. Very good.
With all the other made-up characters. Yet another character who emerged in Christory around this time was Jacob Sockness. Jacob is an autistic person who attempted to manipulate Chris into a sexual relationship, hoping to be his first male sweetheart. Similar to the idea guys before him, he tried to do this by exploiting Chris's escapist fantasies and his fictional world, and by trying to convince him that his imaginary friend Magi-chan approved of their relationship. Jacob first emerged around mid-2018 when he discovered Chris and quickly became obsessed, buying multiple items from him, including Chris's old shoes. But was mainly active. Oh man, I just got like stun locked by imagining Chris's dirty shoes and what this man did with them when he purchased them. It's just this whole world is so gross. Like this whole, the whole internet, this culture of like locale internet obsessed people is just really gross and weird. And it gets really weird when you start to see other people who themselves could be locales becoming obsessed with the locales, the original locales.
Why is that? Why is it gross and why are they obsessed with it?
Well, they're obsessed because they're just the same. They're just
Obsessive
like
people.
lesser versions. They're obsessive, just like Chris Chan's obsessive. And they're also mentally impaired to the same degree. So you're just getting a lot of the same people kind of like, what would you call it? Like escalating the situation between each other.
Wow. Now that's a dimension I'm glad I'm not a part of.
There is a dimension though, where you are the one that's currently sniffing Chris Chan's old shoes, Jordan. Very happily as well.
Yeah, I mean, that part is not too far away from the dimension that I'd be in now. The only thing is I would do it for, exhibitionist reasons. I'm sure that this man's getting a stiffy sniffing those. And, well, time would tell.
What's your exhibitionist reasons?
Oh, I'd do it because I'm sure that would give me, 300,000 easy views.
There we go, yeah. And the views give you a stiffy.
The views do give me a stiffy, so indirectly it does give me a stiffy, you're right. Is there any way, how many degrees of separation are you away from a stiffy, Jackson? With
all roads lead
shoes?
to stiffies. I'm pretty sure that's what Rome once said. All roads eventually lead to Jackson getting a stiffy. I fucking hate the word stiffy. That's the worst Australian term ever. Stiffy. I hate it.
No. Why?
Yeah, it is. It's the worst.
Explain yourself. Why?
It's just such a juvenile way of saying boner. I hate it. Stiffy. It's such a bogan term too.
Yeah, but that's the fun of it. Okay, what about
add a bit of class
hand
to it.
job? A class for an erection. Is that what you want? You want people to use the scientific term?
Erection. That's very classy, very noble, very regal.
Regal, even.
Yeah.
Don't you think what's more regal than erection is stiff?
Stiff sounds like it's dead, like it's a corpse.
I can see you seeing that, and now I can't unsee it either.
Yeah, no, there's no life to it. I'm more passionate about my stiffies.
Okay, so you want it to be simultaneously passionate and scientific.
I hate it so much. I can't even say stiffy with that. You as a non-Australian, what do you think about stiffies?
Yeah.
I'm not a part of this conversation. Don't.
She loves stiffies. I hear it in the voice.
Yeah, she likes the stiffy. But
I just don't even think of that word.
What do you mean you don't think about it?
You don't think about stiffies?
No, but like that word. Like if I'm ever going to say boner or whatever, I will never say it because I just don't think of.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to say hard.
I don't know.
Stone cold schlong.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Bit of character like that. Stiffy is just too juvenile. I hate stiffy. I hate stiffies. Also, our neighbors are on the street right now, and I'm sure I'm sure they can hear me screaming about stiffies. I'm pretty sure.
Incredible. Once you start going into Chris Chan's world, you become part of it. It is like sort of that vortex in Annihilation. You're now a man sitting in a laptop screaming stiffies at home.
We've added our stiffies to the dimensional merge now.
What, are you not a fan of... Yeah. Hang on. I need to know this as well before we continue on. If you're not a fan of stiffy, then one can deduce that you are probably not also a fan of the word wristy.
I don't think I've ever heard wristy. Is that a term for a hand job?
Yes.
No, I've never heard it.
See? Now you're getting educated, Jackson.
I don't mind that. Wristy. It's not bad.
I like wristy.
Although I still prefer handy.
It's juvenile.
I still prefer handy.
But these are both juvenile words, Jackson. I don't know why you
that's
so
literally all of Australianisms. Like every single one is juvenile for sure. But I feel like there's a line, and we shouldn't make boners feel that way. They should be more scientific. They should be they should be more they should be held to a higher standard. I don't want to I just hate the word stiffy. I'm going to die on that hill.
Okay, so in the final analysis, we've got 2 votes against Stiffy and 1 vote for Stiffy.
Yeah, I think most of the Americans are going to be on my side about Stiffy. Is Stiffy, is it just an Australian thing or is it a
There is
global thing?
no way I think Americans have figured it out because it's not exactly the most obscure street slang there is. But yes, I don't think that that's part of their vernacular.
Well, I think they could also figure it out given context clues. We're constantly talking about erections and boners right now. So yeah, it's just a word for boner.
Yes, they are a clever bunch.
Very wily.
And you gave it away at the end anyway.
Hey guys, it's Jackson here, cutting in real quick to talk to you about something pretty cool and interesting that myself and Kira, who is the researcher of this show, are doing. And that is, we're making tea. That's right. I'm here announcing our new company, Soul Syrup, where we create delicious, high-quality tea blends, artisanal tea blends even, that will make you go, yummy. And it is important to us because we wanted to create something that was, pretty significant to myself and Kira. And as chronic tea drinkers, we do love tea. So it was really the perfect fit for us when we challenged ourselves at the start of the year to create something kind of entirely just between us two, between Kira and myself, and tea was a logical fit with that. So yeah, we have 7 blends. We've got a black tea, a chai tea, a green tea, an oolong, a white, as well as 2 herbal teas as well. So we've got a wide array of different tea types to suit any kind of mood or motivation. Cool packaging as well. I find that they're really cool to sit on a bookshelf as well, which is great because you do a lot of tea drinking while you're reading books. So we thought, why not create cool little packages that, you can collect and put on bookshelves. We've had a lot of fun creating this tea. We're very proud of it. We think all of our blends are delicious and, you'll find something that you like if you want to try it out. Obviously, no pressure. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass or anything and claim that it cures psoriasis or makes you grow 6 inches taller or whatever. It won't. It's just, nice tea. It does what I'm claiming. You put it in your cup, you heat it up, you let it sit for a few minutes, and then you have delicious, high quality, loose leaf tea. Made locally as well over here in Australia by ourselves with our own hands. So yeah, Soul Syrup, you can get 15% off right now with code REDTHREAD. We're open over at soulsyrup.com.au. Free shipping over certain thresholds in Australia, United States, and the UK, so you can get free shipping as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't make that work for the other countries because shipping internationally is expensive, but we did make it work with Australia, United States, and UK. So code REDTHREAD at soulsyrup.com.au. Very excited to get this in your guys' hands. Like I said, we're very proud of it. It's been a lot of work. But yeah, it's something that we're both very passionate about, Kira as well, and we can't wait to, get feedback on it, come up with some new blends as well, and see what you guys like the most because, like I said, I love the lovers, and Kira loves High Priestess the most, which is why these 2 are our starter set as well. There's a starter set available over at soulsyrup.com.au. You also get a little soul strainer, which is our custom strainer, that you can use to obviously steep the tea. So very excited about this. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble on about it. If you are at all interested in it, soulsyrup.com.au. And we thank you so much for your support if you choose to, give it a shot. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys. So the old shoes were bought by Jacob Sockness, and he was active in Chris's life from 2019 when he offered to work together financially by setting up a new eBay store after Chris's was banned in June. After this, now with his foot in the door into a relationship with Chris, he began to enable Chris by discussing his fantasy worlds with him. Jacob's manipulation got to a point where one of his own original characters, Jacoba, was included in Sonichu issue number 14.
Well, I got to see that.
After a small period of relatively little interaction during the summer of 2019, by September, they were establishing contact again. So much so that on the 7th, Jacob faked a conversation with Chris's character, Mudgy-chan, stating that in order for the dimensional merge to happen, Jacob and Chris would need to meet in person and get married. There was some back and forth about who would visit who, as Jacob was living in California and Chris was still in Virginia. By the 24th, Jacob announced that he had bought a train ticket to travel to Virginia to finally meet Chris. Rather ominously, this was a one-way ticket. That is such a hard sentence.
That is
scary. There's no going back from this point. The dimensional merge will happen one way or the other. Fortunately, the day after, Chris seemed to have a moment of clarity, which is very un-Chris-Chan-like. Likely thanks to concerned observers, and he posted a statement urging Jacob to return home and not to complete his trip to Virginia. The next day, Chris expanded on this, stating that his health was not well enough to have guests, but also claiming that Jacob had turned to evil. Evil. Let's find out what that looks like. I want to see what evil he's talking about. Okay, so he says, these are tweets. I'm just going to read the quotes on this page. Quote, I'm just beating myself up over this, but I feel compelled to say something now. Yes, I did indeed tell Jake to return home, and yes, I made the following recorded statement. I have had a really rough day yesterday. My soul aura vibrations and psychic senses were hopping the walls with me. I even fainted, and Mewtwo had to possess my limbs to get me from my desk to bed. Do you know what Mewtwo is?
Me or Kira?
I know Kira absolutely knows what Mewtwo is. I'm asking you.
Yes, I know what Mewtwo is. Don't insult me.
Okay. Well, do you know that Mewtwo has possessive abilities that allow it to hop in your body and move you from your desk to your bed? I didn't know that fact, but here we are. I crashed. This is still the quote. I crashed and slept for a few hours, and then to hear the more recent statement of him and my body just extensively heating up, counter-arguing as I could, but I just could simply no longer overlook the red flags of fated warning. When your body gets hot like a macago and it hurts, you do not ignore it. Do you know what a macago is?
No, actually, I don't know what that is.
There we go. That's a Pokemon
My Mewtwo
as well.
knowledge is lacking. Oh, is it?
It's the giant. It's the giant fire slug. There you go.
God, how many Pokemon do you know, Jackson?
I think Macago is one of the first gen ones, right, Kira? It's like, it would have been Emerald. The last, I'm not a big Pokemon fan, no. But like, I did play it when I was younger, like the first few games. Red, Emerald and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not super well versed. Besides which, my sense and psychic links have been seriously going off and on like crazy recently, so mainly on that, I ultimately chose to send Jake back home, and I made the statement to make sure he gets the message. I am really sorry, Jacob. As much as I do love and care about you, it is simply too soon. Someone please be sure to be there to intercept and turn him back home. Thank you.
Damn.
Heartbreak City.
Yeah.
The next day, Chris expanded on this, stating that his health was not well enough to have guests, but also claiming that Jacob had turned to evil, like I said. Luckily, after some intervention from Chris's fans, Jacob gave up and returned home. That wasn't the end of Jacob's interactions with Chris, though. He ended up apologizing for previous emotional outbursts and showed hope that he and Chris would get to meet in person at some point in the future. By October 2019, Jacob had gotten back in with Chris by helping him with his Patreon financing. Once again, he started hitting on Chris via Twitter, which Chris played along with. Following this, Jacob began to manipulate Chris and turn him against everyone else, becoming the only person Chris could trust. Although Chris claimed that he loved Jacob, he remained skeptical of him and didn't fall for his manipulation to the same degree that he had with the Idea guys. From this point forward, their friendship continued to sour and dwindle, with Chris eventually blocking Jacob and ignoring him in December of 2019. Jacob made some attempts to reconnect with Chris up until 2023, however, none of these have been well received. It seemed that Chris was finally able to have some moments where he could distinguish fact from fiction, at least when it came to Jacob. Which is rather interesting, right? Like he really does fall for everyone else, but in this particular case, he seemed to actually be able to distinguish that Jacob was acting in bad faith.
Well, imagine it was because he wasn't thinking with his stiffy for once.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Chris Chan claims to be a bisexual woman who's, it seems like, only is really attracted to women.
Is he a bisexual woman or was he a lesbian woman?
He said he was a lesbian. The original claim was lesbian woman, but I think the identity shifted to bisexual at some point in these final years. But it doesn't seem like he. It doesn't seem like he's actually bisexual, because he definitely falls for women a lot harder than he does for people like Jacob Sockness, for example. Seems way more attracted to the women. Aside from these incidents, 2019 showed signs of Chris's further degradation, both in terms of his mental state and also his life. Some of the highlights include listing his house as Sonichu headquarters on Google Maps, laughing as his character Mudgy-chan on Twitter for a couple of months. Financially, he was also still moving backwards. Earlier in June, he had to go to court for more unpaid debt and was ordered to pay over $2,600 to debt collectors. Supposedly, during court hearings, he was acting like a young child and making loud noises, which Barb had to continually shush him for. Lastly, in November, more debt collectors filed for garnishment against Chris for unpaid debts, essentially meaning that they were trying to siphon Chris's welfare payments to recover their owed money. So, we come to 2020. As we all know, 2020 saw the world thrown into chaos amid the most contagious outbreak the planet had seen in modern history. That is, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie that released to theaters in February. This was just as momentous of an occasion for Chris, with him attending the premiere. Despite his earlier grievances, he actually enjoyed the film and spoke highly of it on Twitter. A week later, Chris attempted to console an underage girl online. That took a turn. I don't like where this is going. Go back to Sonic, the Sonic movie, please. Please document. A week later, Chris attempted to console an underage girl online after she expressed her disgust after learning about her parents' sexual intimacy from her older brother. He commented on this post, attempting to console her by telling her of the time that he himself saw his dad's penis. This is a quote from him. Yeah. This is his way of consoling this underage girl about, family penises. Quote, I can top that easy. In my youth, I would run to wake up my mum and dad. Yeah. He's like, by the way, his idea of consoling is being like, yeah, your trauma, I can top that. Pathetic. Yeah. I can top that. Stay in your lane.
Everything you just said sucks. Not worth considering.
I'm the true victim.
Now, I'm opening my mouth. Yeah.
The ego. Quote, I can top that easy. In my youth, I would run to wake up my mum and dad on some mornings. My dad slept with only a t-shirt on, no shorts or briefs at all. I saw his penis. It grossed me out. Left me quite trauma drama. End quote.
Oh, wow. What a top. Yeah, that does sound like the worst thing ever.
To be fair, why only a shirt with no shorts or briefs? That's such a weird choice.
It's a strange one. Reminds me very much of the insistence the 2-year-olds have. Every time you ever see a 2-year-old, they've always got a shirt on and no pants. Maybe it's more freeing. Maybe it feels nice and dangly in the breeze. I can't really remember doing it. But it always reminds me of, like being at the beach or something like that. It's a very dumb combo.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why wouldn't you just go full naked at that point?
Yeah, this one as well. Doing a shit with your pants and shirt off, but your shoes are on. I've seen that.
No. All right, let's.
What do you mean?
Let's trauma dump. Well, no, I mean like you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be wearing your shoes and nothing else to take a dump. Like that's obviously a sign of extreme mental unhingement. Let's. I'm going to trauma dump right now. People give me a lot of shit.
Okay, well, how do you do a shit then, Jackson? Tell us all.
Yeah, I know, that's exactly where this is going. Fully naked. Do you fuck with that, or do you think that's weird as well? I can't not.
You do not.
I do.
You do not.
He's not lying.
All right. No, that's not true. You're both in on this.
It's so comfortable. Have you tried it? Have you tried it before? It's so comfortable. You need to try it.
It does sound trite, comfortable, and animalistic. Mm-hmm. It really does. I think you should take it to the next level, Jackson, and run naked and try and do a shit at the same time. But what you are doing is phenomenal. You've taken it to the next level. No one does that. Does anyone at home take a shit? Okay. All right, Jackson, try it with the shoes next time then. Come on.
No, I know. That's unhinged. I don't understand why you would ever do that.
I've never done it.
No, I just mean generally. I mean generally why you would ever do that. Like that's weird even to me. Like if you're
anyone have read thread, if you've done it, if you're gonna get naked, report back.
You know what? I will agree on socks maybe because then your feet stay warm. But at that point, if it's cold, then you should be. I would be wearing clothes in that situation. Like I
suppose
still
it does
keep
have
my
a functional utility.
On.
Yeah, but socks generally in the bathroom freak me out a bit though.
Yeah, same a little bit.
Are you someone that absorbs some moisture?
Do you wear socks? Do you wear like socks around your house, or do you go barefoot everywhere?
Well, I'm barefoot right now. I'm also not wearing pants.
Okay, same.
Nice. Okay, that's sick. Well, Jackson, I think it's only appropriate that you also take your shirt off and continue on with the look.
Well, I can't do that, otherwise I'll instinctively need to shit. I've Pavloved myself. People always give me shit about that. Jokes aside, like they give me shit for going to the toilet fully naked. But I just think you guys aren't living the correct life. It is so much more comfortable not being restricted by unnecessary clothing items while doing the most primal of things, let's say. And also, like, I'm someone that usually showers afterwards as well. So it's nice to be able to hop directly into the shower.
Oh, well, then it's a 2-for-1. That's all right. But what about if you're in a public toilet? Is the inclination too strong? I've got to do it.
No, there has been a time or two.
There's been moments.
Yeah. But it hasn't. No,
that's hardcore.
But I will also go out of my way not to shit in public.
Doing it at the beach showers. What?
I will also go out of my way to not shit in public, though.
Oh, don't we all? Actually, no, we don't all. There are some people that are very confident about that.
I don't. Yeah, I can't. It's gross. I'm not one for public toilets. All right. Next question. Do you sleep naked? Because you sound pretty comfortable with being naked in general. So I would imagine you're a sleepy naked kind of person.
Sleepy naked. No, but every time I've ever done it, I think.
Dude, I thought I could relate to you on this topic in general, like the naked stuff.
Hang on, are you just a nudist, Jackson? Is that it?
Selective nudist.
No, it seems like any opportunity that you can get that is appropriate and acceptable. You're going to be one of those fat Germans in your 60s, aren't you? You're going to be on the beach.
Sleeping naked is that's common. That's fairly common, I think.
Sleeping naked is fairly common. And every time I've ever done it, I do empathize with you, Jackson. I think, I should do this all the time. And then it's slightly cold one night. And then I think, no, not happening again. The other one is waking up and there's too hot while you're naked.
No, like just generally. That's why, like, I can't, like, if I'm in bed under the blankets or even outside of the blankets, like, I just get really hot. So then I need to take my clothes off. I run hot.
So Kira is more or less Adam Sandler in anger management, and you're Jack Nicholson whispering at her just before going to bed. I like to sleep in the nude. And then.
Oh, she knows.
She's well aware.
She's well aware.
All right, is there any other places? Dude, you're a nudist. You're a straight up nudist.
No, I don't think I am.
Very prone being naked.
I just...
Yeah.
I don't... There's certain parts of my life where being naked greatly benefits the comfort.
I will give it a go. I highly recommend everybody listening does one now. And if you don't have one in you, have a couple of laxatives and go do it.
Don't have laxatives. The idea is to get more comfortable, not put yourself in unnecessary discomfort. Yeah. No, try it. And let me know if there's anyone out there that relates with me. Following backlash for his inappropriate oversharing, Jackson left the internet forever. It is pretty funny how that next sentence actually does align with oversharing my own personal shitting habits.
Yeah.
Following backlash for his inappropriate oversharing, he blamed trolls for making him hate sex. Although the 17th of March marked the 20th year since Sonochu's creation, it was of course overshadowed by COVID, which was declared a national emergency in the United States the same month. People all over the country and the world were relegated to their homes for lockdowns and isolation, many people struggling during the period. And Chris was no exception to this. Although his antics were subdued due to the event cancellations and needing to stay indoors, his delusions and detachment from reality were once again on full display on Twitter. Early into the pandemic, Chris also offered some medical advice to his online followers, suggesting that they drink amethyst crystals in bottled water to prevent contracting the virus. However, this was just the tip of the iceberg for Chris's mental state and detachment from reality. Most concerningly for Chris, in April, he announced on Twitter that he had, quote, swapped bodies with Sonochu, end quote. This is likely one of Chris's coping mechanisms in response to a conference called BabsCon, which is a My Little Pony conference, being cancelled due to the pandemic. Chris's escapist fantasies were in overdrive, with him believing that the body swap enabled him to attend BabsCon in his fictional dimension, which was C197. In the tweet, LARPing as Sonochu, he said, quote, Mama, which is referring to Chris, successfully attended BabsCon in C197 the past weekend and had a good time with some of her friends from 1218, as well as everyone else there in attendance, including Dr. Wolf and his friends, end quote. The rest of the tweet further shows Chris's detachment from the real world with his trademark nonsensical ramblings. Despite the tendency to flit? Is that a word?
Yes, flit. Flitting in and out of something, right?
Yeah, it is. Kira? Okay. Despite his tendency to flit from one thing to another, Chris really stuck with this story. He committed to the body swap for almost a whole year, only finally announcing his return to his body in February of 2021. Other than the body swap, 2020 only had a few other incidents of note. For example, in August, Chris recorded a video of his last will and testament, which was leaked online. Of course, this wasn't legally sound or binding in any way, not least because Chris was in the midst of his body swap with Sonochu, so he naturally read the will as Sonochu. Seemingly unconcerned with the major life event of Chris's body swap, a couple of debt collectors also inconsiderately sued Chris for more debt in September, leaving him over $3,600 further in debt. Also, despite his hatred of Donald Trump and his supposed support of political candidate Joe Biden, when the presidential election finally rolled around in November, Chris apparently voted for Lisa Simpson instead.
What?
Like the
Does she have an explanation?
Character, yes, of course.
Okay, I didn't know she was on the ballot, but
no, well, it's America. You can
literally
vote for anything. Remember, in America for the president, you can just write out who you vote for.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. Did he have
Hashtag
any reasons
Lisa
for that?
Simpson 2020. In response to a Twitter user encouraging Chris to vote for Joe Biden and showing artwork, he responded, quote, I like the art, but I'm voting for hashtag Lisa Simpson 2020. Remember that he's spent the last 4 years at this time criticizing and hating Donald Trump for the wall and all of those, buzzwords, whatever he read online, all of the stuff that everyone hates Donald Trump for, pandering to that and criticizing Donald Trump constantly. And then when he's actually got the opportunity,
when push comes to shove.
Yeah, he resorts back to his juvenile cartoons.
Yeah. Very politically savvy, man.
Real.
Yeah, I know. Everything's a cartoon. Everything.
I know. Well, luckily, despite Chris's last-minute defection, Joe Biden managed to win the presidential election. 2020 also saw Chris's first contact with Praetor, a group who began producing and selling Sonochu and Chris Chan. Chris Chan themed merchandise with Chris's permission. In return, Chris receives an undisclosed cut of the profits from items sold. This relationship still continues to this day, and in fact, the owner of Prater, a man named Caden Peck, would later buy a property in Big Island, Virginia, where Chris currently lives and pays rent, further tying Prater and Chris Chan together.
Really?
All right.
Okay.
We come to 2021, Chris's darkest year. In a life of constant internet scrutiny and controversies, 2021 might well have been the year for Chris. And of course, it was for all of the wrong reasons. This time, in the worst possible way. The year started quietly enough, with Chris still in his so-called body swap with Sonichu and expressing so-called feelings of loneliness. Chris turned 39 in February of this year and allegedly returned to his body the day after. The early months of the year were largely uneventful for Chris. In May, he posted an odd picture of himself with his mother, Barb, for Mother's Day. He also went back to his old tricks of begging for money for a new car in June, which he said he wasn't going to do. He said he was going to stop begging online. That didn't stop. July seemingly showed an uptick in fortune for Chris, with him bragging to multiple online friends throughout the month that he had found a new sexual partner. However, he was hesitant to reveal her identity, simply stating that she was an older friend. All right, so let's have a read of these, huh?
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so this is the first post. So he's communicating with online friends who would go on to leak these messages when they became relevant. So this is a post from 2nd of July, or a message from 2nd of July 2021 from Chris Chan saying, "I'm actually feeling really good right now. I hit the hay during the 10 o'clock hour last night. I had an extensive and lucidly clear dream, and I didn't wake up until about 4:30 a.m. Sorry, also shared this story with Emily in sane, highest level strict confidence earlier. I know why I'm getting much better quality sleep. It's been so for the past week. An uninterrupted, extensive, clear dream after hitting the hay around midnight, ending up with less than 6 hours of sleep and feeling very well rested and satisfied afterwards. Partly, it is to do with the universe, cosmos, and the events taking place as part of the dimensional merge. I will tell you, though, the biggest reason why, but this is seriously, strictly confidential. I genuinely do not want this to get out in public ears and radar, especially anywhere on the freaking Kiwi farms. I have been more sex positive lately. Masturbation has become easier and more fun with me in recent months. But the more recent significant detail, I have a sex partner of our 1218 half of our universe. She has been very satisfactory. Her identity needs to remain a strict secret, and this is a mutual, genuine affection. I'm finally getting the long overdue experience, and she is helping me explore. The relationship is open still, and I remain compassionate and loyal with Magi-chan and the others. Since we started the ship progress with the first intercourse last Sunday, I have been feeling a lot less physically stressed and improved quality of life. We're mainly still exploring the options and teaching each other up to when we find what works best. She is physically older than I, considerably fragile, but she has great inner strength and soul power. I mean, simply just... And then there's a picture of Chris Chan's Bitmoji or something with blue hair and freckles and glasses, smiling with love hearts around it. I can hear what's happening on Jordan's end right now. He's getting a stiffy. Those are stiffy noises. Just hold on, friend. Hold on. We're getting to the good part. Just wait. Someone replies asking, "How old is she?" Chris Chan replies, "Can't be too specific, but she is physically older than I." The person responds, "How long have you known her? And how did you meet her?" Chris Chan replies, "Well, I've met her a while ago and was not fully aware at the time, and my ally, DTs, guided me to seek her out and make things go further with great effort. We have talked off and on during this time in person. Behind a considerable camouflage she was, but she was honest in her emotions, and she wanted to be with me as well. Mutual feelings on good rapport. This was not online, I assure you, but in person, all the way." The person replies saying, "Wow, I'm frankly surprised, to be honest." And Chris Chan replies, "As am I, but this was one of the foreseen possibilities, and I'm rather content it turned out this way, as well as how good and on point it was and continues to be. She actually lives not very far from here, and we visit and talk often. Living together is an option, most definitely, but in recent days, it feels like we have been living together already." And then we have another message leaks in the future. that reads, also, so you know, I do tomorrow in response to scheduling a voice chat, but my partner and I are planning on sex for that night. We're exploring the options to find our niche, and we're going for every third night at the present, which is pretty good consistency, honestly. Every third night, not bad.
You got to credit that. Yeah.
He continues. This is from the 3rd of July, and a day after. I'm just going to skip ahead through it. Because he goes on, there's like 8 paragraphs here about like Starscream and Megatron and defending the Autobots against them and things like that. So I'm going to get to the relevant part of this. He says, off topic, I also wanted to let you know about my partner and I are also working with a lovely massage oil I purchased from Rebecca's Natural Foods recently. This is a really good massage oil. The scent is energizing and it just feels so sensational on the skin for both of us. I highly recommend it for yourself and your partner. I really like putting some on my body after every shower as well, just not as easy onto my back. I'll let my partner give me that pleasure tonight. And then there's a picture of the massage oil, the sensual massage oil. Another message reads, on the 3rd of July, 2021, I gotta go. It's about shower time, and my partner and I have our fun about 9 p.m. every night. We go for every 3 nights for the deed at the present. I will check you later. And then we have another one. If I can find it. Yeah, okay. So, actually, no, I don't need to read that one. Just finding the relevant ones. All right, yeah. Chris describes his lady friend from the 14th of July, 2021. Someone asks, is your love quest over? And Chris replies, my lady friend is an overpowered individual herself in her own right, even before I came further into her life. It has been over since I found love with Magi-chan and Krizzle in 2018, referring to his love quest. The present Matra, I don't know what that means. The present Matra is one that totally cleared that up for my body on this half of the veil. Someone asks, what does she look like, by the way? I never asked you this if you're wondering. He replies saying, I suppose I can share a few details with you on physical characteristics. As I have stated, she is over 50. She has grey hair, shorter in height than I, and blue eyes. And then someone replies, so around the age of my pops? And then Chris says, is your pops between 50 and 60 years old?
Oh,
and the guy says, early 50s, around the age your father had you. He was born at the peak of the Vietnam War, one of Gen X's earliest sons. Chris Chan replies saying, yeah, well, my lady friend is 20 years older than him. And the guy replies saying, so 70s?
So 70s.
And Chris Chan says, yeah. And then the person replies saying, damn, so close to your mother's age. And Chris says, I am attracted to wisdom and intelligence. And then he says, you could say that. and the person replies saying, have her and your mother met yet? And he says, they have, yes. And Barbie is fully supportive. The person replies saying, I'm sure they can get along. And he says, Christian says, they do. It's rather similar to one meeting their inner child because my lady friend is quite energetic herself. So I'm going to stop there.
Yeah, she sounds like quite the catch.
I'm going to stop there and we're going to continue reading the document. But it's suffice to say, he was laying little hints or bragging about his sexual partner, and he couldn't help himself really from laying these little breadcrumbs of what was actually happening here. And if you haven't picked up on what is actually happening here, you may be stupid. But I'll spell it out for you. We're about to get into it. However, Chris Chan was hesitant to reveal her identity. So if you haven't figured out who this mysterious, beautiful woman is yet, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. He simply only stated that she was an older lady friend. In the meantime, though, he continued with some of his usual behavior. Towards the end of the month, Chris uploaded a short video raging at Hasbro over the new generation of My Little Pony. Well, I got to see what that is. Let me just check on that real quick. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Let's just watch this video.
Hello, people of Hasbro in Rhode Island. This is Christine Weston Chandler Sideshow.
By the way, you can see where he's punched the wall in his anger about Hasbro here. And if you don't know, Jordan, Hasbro is the creators of My Little Pony.
Your goddess Blue Heart in Ruckersville, Virginia. Now, listen here and listen good. I've told y'all, I kept it going time and time again, but y'all keep putting it on. But My Little Pony Generation 5 is canceled. G4, Friendship is Magic, needs its 5 more seasons. It needs to go on to season 14. Now,
exactly.
This is the last straw. Because for the good and safety of this timeline, you need to get that shit pulled off of shelves in Amazon stores or wherever else all the dang far away and cancel the freaking G5 series. Make sure it never gets published anywhere and never, ever talk about it again, and make the official cancellation notice public. Tell everybody I am telling you this truth, warning you. If you continue on and you do not listen to me, Hasbro, and do not resume G5, you do not resume G4, you have to cancel G5. If you don't cancel G5, you're going to put this entire timeline in chaos. So I'm giving you this warning to tell you the truth and straight up. Cancel Generation 5 now, Hasbro. Now!
To be fair, this was filmed in 2021. Fire. This was star date 27th of July 2021. He did make the claim that if they didn't cancel the new generation of My Little Pony and continue on with Friendship is Magic, which is his favorite My Little Pony series and all the Bronies' favorite series, then our timeline would be thrown into disarray. And has he been wrong? Because it's felt like ever since that point, we've kind of, the world's kind of gone to shit a little bit, hasn't it? So I don't know how to pass that. I don't know how to
and it does
kind of
feel like we
it.
are, ever since that exact point, in an alternate universe.
Yeah, maybe he was not wrong. Kira, what were you going to say?
I had no idea that my life was so dependent on My Little Pony, a series that I've never heard of.
It all comes down to My Little Pony at the end of the day, and whether or not Hasbro could find it in themselves to cancel MLPG5. Unfortunately for our timeline.
Do we know what the difference is between 4 and 5?
No, but it means a lot to Chris Chan and the Bronies.
Yep. And that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, us P-Brain step aside. He's fighting the real battles here. Our My Little Pony. The universe depends on it. The more you know.
It is pretty funny, but this was the last video that he posted before the big events were to transpire. So him going out on this note was pretty. I mean, it does.
Scathing,
it was a nice
high note.
It was like a little forewarning, a foretelling of what was to come. So, in DMs exchanged with a follower by the name of Fiona Cooper, who apparently had a legitimate crush on Chris Chan. I did look into this, and it does seem like this woman genuinely wanted to have sex with Chris Chan. So,
wow.
There was a woman that wanted to have sex with Chris Chan, like genuinely, and had a crush on him. Chris shared images of him watching a Watch Mojo video entitled, I can't even say it, quote, the title is Top 10 Hottest Anime Mums Ever. So he sent this video, he was watching this video on an iPad, and he sent a picture of him watching it to this Fiona Cooper girl. But all of this came to its horrendous peak when at the end of July, Chris finally spilled the beans about just who his new sexual partner was. In a call with one of his recent online friends, a girl by the name of Bella, who has been revealed to have been a woman by the name of Isabella Loretta Janke, he finally confessed that his new sexual partner, was none other than his own mother, Barbara.
Damn! There it is!
There it is.
We're all waiting for it. It's still just as shocking. Like a Simpsons joke that never gets old. Oh, God. It hits every time.
Kira,
what
he's
do you
got a stiffy
reckon?
Right now. Jordan's got a stiffy.
Just as hard as I was the first time. Guys, can we stop and go on another break? I gotta go. I really have to go. Nah, actually, I think the camera angle that I'm at the moment would not betray what my hands are doing right now. So I think that we can continue on.
All right, we'll continue on. It's fine. Although Bella is a can of worms on her own and has often exaggerated or outright fabricated information, enough of the so-called incest call was secretly recorded by Bella to be proven as fact.
Wow.
The recording was leaked soon after, along with text messages from Chris, which also described the relationship and sexual encounters in explicit and horrifying detail. It turned out that Chris had been engaging in these atrocious acts. That's a bit of a bit of judgment there on the part of the writer of this document. Engaging in these atrocious acts as early as June 2021, supposedly occurring every few nights. And yes, we are going to listen to it. Here comes the incest call, the so-called incest call.
Oh,
we're gonna listen to the first 8.5 minutes, or 8 minutes 15 seconds, just in its entirety for now. Ready?
Oh, okay.
More slowly.
Sorry, I'm putting the volume for my. I have a really bad ear because I got sick. Like you can hear from my voice. It's hard to hear anything at all. But I could hear you now. Go ahead.
All right. So anyway, everything with the events and everything, and I was feeling like I really needed a sensual release.
Mm-hmm.
And not too many individuals this side of the arc were coming up to the plate right there. So, and then everything was coming into good alignment, and it was good. The signs were all there. Even Emmanuel, God, just said it was okay, and it matched and got me towards it. Right?
God said this is okay? Yeah, then you don't really have anything to worry about if God himself said this is fine.
Yeah. And so I gave it lots of time for myself. I was like, okay, so I'll take a time for it. So.
But how did this happen? How did this come about?
Well, among which just mainly I was really, really horny, and I needed the true and honest relationship to come about. So obviously, this was one of the best ways to do it, despite it being with the. And I don't want to believe in labels at all, but obviously, the incest fanfics have come true and shit.
I didn't even know there was such a thing. I didn't even know there was incest fanfics. Were there about you and Barbara? I can't believe that. I didn't even think that. I knew that you guys had a good relationship, but I always thought, because I'm not huge on Christory and, whatever. I just thought that the whole Sonetry franchise was very interesting, and that's how I got into you when I was younger, right?
Damn.
But I didn't have any idea that Barbara was, that Barbara and you had that sort of relationship. I never got any of those vibes. But how did you approach her?
Approached her with care and caution.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a time approach. So I just gave her comfort and talked with her, and we just branched out slow and steady. And then I encouraged her positively, let her make the first move. And she wanted to do it.
She did? Really? She made the first move?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow, Barbara. How did she do it, if you don't mind me asking? What was the first move?
I don't remember exactly. Well, that was her first move, but my approach was... I forgot exactly what terminology and approach I used, but I approached with care and caution.
That's good.
And I was direct and upfront with her for the most part.
That's good. And how did she respond when you approached her? What did she say?
I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was I think she was partially confused at one point, but then she came around, obviously, with the more approaching than I.
It's not a glowing endorsement of her consent by any means.
Right. So she got into it. How was the first kiss? You kissed her? How did that feel? Having known this woman for your whole life, how did that feel?
This person's a sicko, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was simple lip to lip kiss content. But yeah, it was actually good and it felt right.
When did you start having feelings for Barbara?
Well, obviously, for a long time. I mean, I remember even mentioning some time ago in one of my videos that I even had dreams where I had sex with her, obviously.
Really?
So.
Yeah. Is that I heard of, I don't know what it is per se, but is that what Oedipus complex is called? Is when you like your mother? Is that what it's called? I don't know what it means though. I just thought it might be.
Yeah, but yeah, that's right. The Oedipus complex.
Oh, Oedipus, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. How, if you don't mind me asking, I know it's probably personal, you have to answer, but how is the sex?
Oh, Lord.
Oh!
It was satisfactory.
Oh.
It took a while. It took a few tries to...
It took a few tries, yeah. She's older.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And plus, also, she's very understanding about the whole thing as well. I was direct with her, still direct and honest with her. I made sure that obviously, I'm never going to propose marriage to her at all because we're already daughter.
My gosh.
Mom.
Yeah,
Daughter
mother
and
and
mom.
daughter. You know, they say there's no stronger bond than a mother and her daughter. That's true. I'm
true.
pretty close to my
She's
mom.
right.
That is
I
true.
don't think I'd be that close, but I do in some ways project, the kind of woman I'm interested in with the kind of woman my mother is, and I didn't realize it until I got older. It was, wow, she kind of, has similar qualities to my mother. And I think, oh, shoot. I'm glad that you're telling me, because a lot of people would hold this inside and it would tear them apart, But then again,
Probably. Yep.
your body is your body now, isn't it only like a projection of your true form? Aren't you you're from another dimension, right? You're a Sonichu.
Yeah. Well, not really a projection because this body is interdimensional.
Yeah, it's interdimensional.
Obviously.
But are you related to
Still nice.
Barbara in Are you related to Barbara in the different dimensions?
I'm not sure how to answer that question off the bat right now because
Right, you're just still figuring it out.
Just
How long have
answer
you
it.
two been going at it?
well, we've been
All the tough questions.
Sorry?
we've been doing it every third night, and the first night was on June 27th.
Oh, you have a routine.
That's a lot of times.
Yeah. Go,
Well, at least
Chris.
you have a stable,
That's
you
at
have a stable
least
relationship.
that's at least 10
because
times.
you know it's not going to end. Like if
Nice.
anything happened, you'd still be
Passionate.
You would still be, you'd still be mother and daughter. It's not going to be explosive breakup,
Yeah.
right? At least that's comforting.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you said since June, right?
It took us a few nights to figure out what felt right and what didn't feel right, and
Does your mother enjoy it?
she's having a good time. Literally.
She is. She's having a good time.
Yeah.
Especially when we figured it out.
Go, Chris.
That's good to hear. Do you guys act more like mother and daughter, or do you guys act more like, lovers? When, say you come home from, the supermarket and you see Barbara, would you say, "Hey, sweetheart," or do you say, "Hi, mom"?
Yeah, I haven't called her mom in quite some time now.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I'm
Oh.
calling her love at this point.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
sweet.
fuck,
That's
that's
sweet.
so
I call my
gross.
girlfriend love too. Well, I used to, the old one. I don't. You're in a relationship and I'm not, so you're more experienced than I am, definitely.
Okay, we're gonna skip ahead a
But
little
you
bit
recently
now.
started dating
Oh, I
Fiona.
wanted to hear it all.
That's true,
Okay.
right? In an open relationship.
No. We're gonna skip ahead to 1826. They ramble on
Oh,
about.
damn. It's that long.
Yeah, they're gonna ramble on about dimensional stuff for a bit, but I'm gonna cut it in here.
Just
Do you
not as
see how?
juicy,
Do
is
you
it?
see how chubby he is? Do you see how this fat coming out from his neck? He's got so.
So yeah, she's got a really sensitive G-spot because apparently I don't believe that Mr. C, any of her past boyfriends and ex-husbands, they haven't really reached and hit her G-spot really
Right.
with their dicks.
Right. Oh, okay. So yours is a bit bigger.
They were more focused on themselves really, as opposed to focusing on her, which that's my focus.
Because I know you want to be with somebody more experienced and younger. I know we've always said this, but I'm just,
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, Kira, have your thoughts changed on the matter? Do you like Chris Chan more now?
It's just I knew what happened, but I had never listened to that or read anything, and I just feel
Going into the
Dirty.
detail of it? Mm.
Well, the most concerning thing, other than the fact that there is incest sex happening repeatedly multiple times a week between, an 80-year-old woman and her mentally disabled 40-year-old son. The more concerning aspect of this whole thing to me is that it is an 80-year-old woman with dementia, and he specifically talks about it there, that she seemed confused at first, which I don't think you can claim in good faith that consent is a guarantee in this situation. So the issue, I mean, obviously incest is disgusting and is an enormous issue, but it really does seem like there's the possibility of it being sexually coerced and also rape in this situation. So that's obviously just as bad and adds layers to it. We've got the text here from Chris as well. The text messages from Chris, which also describe the relationship and sexual encounters in explicit and horrifying detail.
Excellent.
This is to Isabella Loretta Janke again, to Bella. Just going, quote, not me, just going ahead and sharing this with you, fresh experience on the strictly confidential, just between you and I. So yes, Barb and I just had another romp in the hay and an extensive cuddle. Tonight, I started looking into a more consistent pattern to my massaging, and I took the input and focused on getting blood flow into the groin area. Before tonight, I did not really have a set pattern in the massage, aside from feet and legs.
Oh, no!
Followed by hands. We're just at the massage.
Sponge bath.
Followed by hands and arms.
How are you guys not hard yet?
Wait, how do you massage a face? Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's an Asian thing. They do that.
Are you talking about the gua sha or whatever it is?
Yeah, probably. I guess.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. It just sounds weird in this sense. The face, front torso, and then a rollover for her back. I found a more consistent method that works between the legs and arms, but I was inconsistent in the hands and feet. Anyway, also made another attempt at rubbing her vagina.
Yep. There we go. That is part of the massage. Good. He knows where to go.
I'm going to start again. Also made another attempt at rubbing her vagina, externally at first, then slipping in between the lips and rubbing the inner labia. Then she told me to stop. That's pretty right there again. More evidence to what I was saying before. Then she told me to stop. She's getting more used to being played with down there by hand.
Oh man, you know what? The text is more. It's worse than the phone call.
It's worse than the phone call.
It's worse.
I think it is
absolutely worse. Oh, so turned on.
He's getting more used to being played with
You don't
down
have to
there
repeat it.
by hand. I think I do.
Yeah.
Well, this next part's going to come as a bombshell for all the Barbara fans in the audience. Quote, would you believe she has literally never ever masturbated in her entire life? And obviously those out of the 8 guys, counting Robert Chu, yes, he is referring to his father as a made-up Sonichu persona, counting Robert Chu before me were not hitting her G-spot as much with their cocks. I'd attempted the first night to rub her in there. I found her spot, but it hurt her. But alternatively, I did find that at cunnilingus, I was good at it with my tongue.
No! That's the worst one.
I don't...
Oh, dude, Chris, you came from there. Oh, do you kiss...
You never go back where you came from.
No, wait. It gives a whole new meaning to, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Far out. Oh. Oh, far out. Jackson, I did not say stop. I'm losing my boner here.
I feel itchy. I feel like I've sinned just by saying these words.
You have.
Well, you have. And there's no point in stopping now. You're already out.
Yeah, you're right. I'm already damaged
Let's
now.
continue on.
Damaged goods. And I did also stimulate her clit. That does not seem to hurt as much, but she still has a limit with that spot as well. Anyway, we're making progress. And when we cuddle, and this actually impresses me more, I literally feel our souls bonding and coming together as one during that time. Damn, it feels good when that happens. And we talk a good while as well before she heads back upstairs. I had been sending her meditation tracks to stimulate her brain and bring back some of her youth. And the results do show most splendidly. I am so proud of her. And from her story she told me tonight, she even remembered a fun story that involved her daddy from when she was 2 years old. 2 years old! That in itself, at her age, is massively good. She has had memory problems at times beforehand, yes, but she is being better stimulated in her mind and soul, and it really shows. Her mental processing speed is even going back up. She feels this and has told me so herself, and I'm so happy that and content that I am able to help her out like this. Of course, I don't know what I think I hate the framing that he chooses. Like he's doing her a favor by doing this. It's so
yes.
It's so disingenuous. That's what I hate the most. That's what I hate the most.
It's the
about
lying.
This. Yeah.
Ooh, makes you so mad.
If only he said it honestly. Then maybe I could I could let the incest slide.
Nah, I just think that you're a bit of a prude.
Yeah, she feels this and has told me so herself. I shit naked. What do you mean I'm a prude? I'm not a prude. I'm way more advanced than you are. That wasn't
that's true.
Chris Chan's quote. That was me. I'm going back into the quote now. Quote, and I'm so happy and content that I'm able to help her out like this. And it helps me as well because of the experience and the education and learning. End quote.
Nice. Very happy about all of that.
It turned out that Chris had been engaging in these atrocious acts as early as June 2021, supposedly every few nights. For many onlookers of Chris' antics, this was a clear line in the sand, something so disgusting that far exceeded any lolcow badge that he had been labelled with for so many years. People called the authorities and a welfare check was ordered for the household almost immediately after the leak. This resulted in Chris being removed from the house by an emergency protective order and Barb being taken to the hospital for checks. Chris ended up temporarily staying at a motel where he then transferred $750 US from Barb's bank account to himself. Null, a longtime ally to Chris and the site owner of Kiwi Farms, who had supported him through rough times, saw this transfer and confronted him about it, telling him that contacting Barb for money was a violation of his emergency protection order. So let's have a look at that real quick.
Okay.
So Null asks, did you ask your mum to send you money? That is probably a violation of the EPO. Chris replies, I did not ask her to send me money. I have refrained from contacting her at all and continue to do so. Null replies, so she sent you money on her own? And Chris replies, she did not send me any money. I managed to find blessings in the minimum abundance I needed. Meanwhile, I presently have a little over 5 hours to kill, and both the favorite malls around here, CTC and Regency Square, don't open up until 11 a.m. So we're talking about fucking going shopping right now. Null, after he's just taken $750 from his mum's bank account. Null replies with a screenshot of a Bank of America notification, which reads, Barbara Chandler sent you $750. Do you have control over her bank accounts? He asks. Chris replies, yes, I have online control, and this wasn't an emergency. I planned on sending the $750 back to her account after when the $1,000 gets into my account. Null then blocked Chris and reported his actions to the police.
Wow. So that escalated fast, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for the incest. He also stole money from his dementia-ridden mother. I before this point, and I'm sure you could have defended Chris a little bit with some of the antics or situations that he found himself in. There's no defense for this kind of stuff, unfortunately. Like, I don't think that you can blame. Like, there are people that manipulated or guided him into doing this, but it's such a line in the sand that it's you can't let it slide.
No, that's the end of that. That is the end of that. Yeah. No, it's done.
It's indefensible.
Indefensible.
This was the last straw for Null, who immediately cut off ties with Chris, blocked him, and reported his actions to the police. Chris was then arrested by police on the 1st of August on suspicion of incest, all the while babbling about the dimensional merge. To add salt to the wound, in the span of roughly 24 hours, Chris also spent all of the so-called emergency money he had just stolen from Barb. So it only took him 24 hours to get through all of that money. Now, the question is, do we want to watch the arrest video?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it before, but it is one of my favorite things on the internet.
You've seen all 18 minutes?
I don't know if I have. I've seen some of it.
All right, let's watch this. This is from the YouTube channel EWU Bodycam.
Is there anybody else in the room?
Wait, Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you can't tangibly see them.
Nothing. Spirit, don't.
Far out. Famous.
Do not report this.
I think that's real. Oh my God, what is this?
The police
Even
just,
the police were like, what
Oh
the
my
fuck?
God.
imagine getting this call.
Very good question.
Imagine getting this call to
God.
go arrest
Yeah,
They're
Chris
everywhere.
Chan.
I don't mean that. We're surrounded.
What began as a
We're surrounded.
arrest on August 1st, 2021 in Henrico, Virginia,
Oh my
quickly
God.
spiraled into a surprising spectacle in the parking lot of a Regency Inn hotel. The focus of the unexpected attention was internet personality known as Chris Chan. This never-before-seen footage was obtained and first released by EWU and reveals a behind-the-scenes look at the day that took thousands of online observers by storm.
What the heck is going on right now? It's the most wild. It's all the service I've ever
Very
been
good
on.
question.
As officers with the Henrico County Police Department cautiously approach the second-floor hotel room, they prepare themselves in case a possible altercation waits for them behind the door.
She's right here. Oh, gotta unlock it. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Christine Chandler.
Okay, can you come out for a second?
What's the situation?
What's that? You got a warrant for your arrest, all right? Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna do that. Do not fight. You will get tased.
Okay, well, listen, I will comply by one.
Damn.
I'd like to
Holding
clear
her
up
at
my,
gunpoint.
I'd like to come back with my things.
We'll get that all straight. Yeah, we'll get it all straight.
And what about my van? And I'd like to put my shoes on, please.
Yeah, sure, of course.
We'll get there. Okay, I can slip into my shoes. Magic Chan, Chriselle, Savannah.
While these words may
Oh
seem
my
insignificant to the officers, they carry a profound significance for Chris, which will be explained later.
All right. You're just being detained right now until I can confirm the warrants, okay?
Okay,
Just hang tight.
The officers have received reports of some very disturbing allegations against Chris, but nothing prepares them for the events that are about to unfold.
Sit down right here.
Okay, I will sit down.
Okay.
My shoes
Where are your
right-
shoes? Right here?
Right over there.
Is there anyone else in the room with you?
Uh,
Is there anybody else in the room?
Spirit, well,
Here we
interdimensionally,
go.
you
Yeah.
can't
Classic word.
tangibly see them.
physical person. Is there a physical person in the room?
There it is.
Originating from this universe, no. I need to
Can you just be straight with
Yeah.
us?
Yeah. No, come on.
I am compliant.
Let's be real for a second.
That's my son. That's my set of keys over
I know.
there.
Your keys to your car?
Keys to the van, and yeah, my wallet's in my bag over there, the brown bag.
What's this bag?
Yes.
Can I look in it?
And you grab some.
Chris Chan has been in this hotel for one night at this point, I think, and look how messy it is. It's already like a dumpster.
And, oh, that's one of my rings.
I know. Can I look through? Can I get your bag out of your?
I have nothing to hide. Go ahead and look through everything that's in the room.
Go ahead and look at everything that's in the room.
Go ahead. You have my permission.
Okay.
Just slip them on. They're going to give you flip-flops when you get down to the jail.
Okay, well, I identify as female, and I would appreciate if I was respected as such. It even says so on my driver's license, female.
Okay, that's fine.
Just making sure.
As
There
one
you go.
officer searches through Chris's belongings, he quickly makes an interesting discovery.
Where's your wallet at?
Oh,
Don't come over here.
It's the duct tape wallet.
Okay.
Get away from me.
There it is.
All right, just grab a seat.
Okay.
What is that wallet? It's just duct tape.
No, grab a seat right there for me.
Oh, my bad.
You want all this to go with you? Like your wallet? Or you just want your ID to go with you and your cell phone?
Yeah, my wallet and my cell phone is over there in front of the tarot deck box.
Yeah, I got a cell phone right here.
Oh, that's my secondary phone.
That's your secondary phone?
Yeah, I have two phones, one for the trolls and one for my home. I got two phones.
One for the troll phone?
The troll phone.
Kevin Gates.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to this music guy.
Nah, that's a popular one. He's a fine gentleman.
It is popular.
Suddenly, a keen-eyed officer spots something happening outside, which sets him on edge.
Are you waiting for somebody to come to your room or something?
No, I was not. I was only waiting for the deputy that I talked with earlier today from the sheriff's office in Ruckersville.
Okay. All right. You're not waiting for like anybody else though? Any friends or anything?
I have nobody else.
The only reason I'm asking you is because there's a car up there and there's two gentlemen staring at us.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know if you were waiting for someone to come over or whatever.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I stand up. I just want to look out.
It's a sure.
I was not waiting for anybody. I was not waiting.
They're standing up there by the gas station. You know, people.
This would have been so confusing for the police officers.
Curious.
I'm just
Wouldn't
asking.
it?
I don't want anyone rolling up on me.
While Chris doesn't recognize the strangers gathering to watch them from a distance,
How do they
there
extract
may be
Chris
a
Chan from this
reason for their
situation?
unnerving presence.
Okay, well, I would say question them because I am famous and infamous on the internet, so they may be video recording.
Cool. I'm recording you as well.
Well, that's. I figured that much.
Not readily accepting Chris's explanation, the officers try to work out their own alternate explanation for the curious spectators.
Yeah, they still are.
Yeah.
There is nothing illegal in the room and nothing illegal in the bag. Please feel free. I have nothing.
It's got a very military style haircut. I wonder if it's Greene County.
Baby blue Yaris.
Maybe it's a rental.
Hey, it's good.
That would be something Greene County. I mean, I know there's a lot of agencies that use rentals for surveillance. I mean, like staring.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked her. Concerned. He's there all the time. He's still right as we walk up. I didn't see him there before.
They shrug it off for now, but it will soon become apparent that these observers have surprising intentions that none of the officers could have predicted.
So you talked to the Greene County Sheriff's Office today?
Yes.
Did they call you or did you reach out to them?
I reached out to them.
That cop is still suffering, attempting to get into the
safe and taken care of.
wallet that's made out of duct tape.
The warrant itself is not a surprise. You know there was an investigation, all that.
Yes, there was an investigation. Yes, I am aware of the situation.
Okay. Did they say that they were coming to Richmond?
Yes, they said they were coming to Richmond. And my vehicle, in case it wasn't obvious, is the blue Dodge Caravan out there.
Yeah.
Its license plate says Sanchu on it.
Magichan Sonichu, a blend of the characters Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog, is a character from Chris's
This voice is great.
novel
Helps
series.
so much.
know.
Sonichu may be more than just a drawing, however, as you'll soon hear from Chris how this character blurs the line between fiction and reality.
So just so you're aware, right now we're just confirming the warrant through Greene County. Okay, that's why I said you're detained. Once they say that once they say the paper's in hand, the actual arrest warrant, then you're gonna be under arrest. Okay. Okay. Well, you didn't at first, but I'm glad you did.
It caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, that was kind of the point a little bit.
Meanwhile, the evolving situation outside still has the officers on high alert.
Yeah.
Why are the cops scared of that though? Just go see what's going on.
Or I wish I could read the tag.
I'll just stare back at them.
I need a moment.
Okay.
I love this part.
Pardon my flatulence.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's more disturbing than having sex with his mum. Oh, it's so autistic. Sorry.
Farted. Yeah. Wait, let's go back
sorry
and
about
listen
that.
to it. Let's amp up the volume.
Back.
I want to hear him fart.
Can you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Oh,
He
that
sighs
sound
as
of
well.
relief.
Do you want to take your necklaces off and stuff like that?
Yeah, the
or-
satisfaction.
You're gonna take them off when you get.
Yeah, you gotta take them off when you get to the jail.
Pardon my flatulence.
Just
Since
being
they're
a
not-
cop
the only thing they
sucks.
allow are like crosses for like religion.
Okay, well, if I may speak, the Sanchu-shaped medallion, the big yellow thing at the bottom there, that is my cross. So
Okay, I don't know if they'll allow that one.
That's me greatly. So that
It's his constitutional right.
I to take off the other
Yeah,
two, but
stop denying it.
I really need
Scum.
the medallion.
Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know that when you get down to the jail, if you go to jail, once the warrants are confirmed, that you may not be able to keep it. Okay. Just let you know.
All right, but that
very
is my
sad.
cross.
Okay.
Let that go on the record. The Sanachi medallion.
Yeah, Officer Christian will tell him.
Back outside, the situation appears to be escalating, and officers are caught in a dilemma about how to handle it.
I don't have you to go up there and see what they're doing. Like, it's just not as an fourth person.
I mean, I want to go address them, but at the same time, they can kind of do that, but they're not obstructing at this point.
This feels like the extraction from Mogadishu or something.
It does.
Like it's gonna break out into a firefight.
You know what I mean? We don't need to. We can just
This is more tense than Sicario.
Yeah, I think so.
because I want to. At the end of the day, I know. Sassy Nick wants to, but Officer Nick does not. Right.
Sassy Nick.
Because my person would be like, "Can I help you?" Yeah, that's what I would say, and I know turn it. Yeah.
Chris takes this moment to deliver a puzzling warning to the officers.
By the way, if any of y'all has been feeling a punch-like sensation on your leg, that is my husband, Magic Chan Sanachu, right on the opposite side of the universe field. He's punching you all each, just a gentle punch, but you know he
To
is
let you
here.
know he's
If you feel it, he punched you first.
Yeah, so I
my
didn't, but, you know.
Punch him on it.
Yeah.
take him out.
With the arrest warrant finally confirmed, the officers are ready
Oh
to
my
move Chris to the waiting police cruiser. What should have been a simple task quickly takes a shocking turn, and things escalate in a way they
shocking
clearly
turn.
didn't expect.
All right, let's head on out.
You
ready? You good? We're gonna go.
We're rolling out. It is like an extraction. Get into perimeter. Defend the asset.
Very well.
All right, head on that this way.
I'm gonna stay recording while we get to the vehicles in case these people address us.
Okay. You don't know any of these people?
I do not know those people, and
Okay.
yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet.
What's up?
Oh my God, what is this?
There's a small crowd up on the perimeter fence right now. Sanachu is with you.
This is gonna be trending on the internet. They're gonna post this online.
You boys are gonna get a call from the president now.
Comes close. The footage will go even more viral
Demanding
than Chris
my
imagines.
release.
Could imagine.
You don't know what kind of blunder you've just made.
I wasn't convinced that there's no like internet
Fool.
fans, but that confirms it.
There you go. I mean, Google Chris Chan or Sanachu, and there you go. I've been infamous and famous.
Oh,
Yeah. Google Chris Chan and mother in the same sentence.
good. I just saw you.
Please do. Chris Chan.
Regency.
I'm going.
ball?
I'm complying. I am complying. I am good like this. And I am Chris Chan Sanachu, your goddess blue heart, and I continue to stand strong, and I maintain everything with quick fill and my Sanachus and rose shoes and everybody.
Let's not talk to them, okay?
He's quite media trained for who he
everything
is.
is going to work out.
Let's not.
Why are the
talk.
cops just like waiting? Just get him in the car.
Let's
It's stressful, but I've taken it one moment at a time, and I got my loves.
While Chris maintains a positive attitude in the face
Talks on
of
the fly better than most
uncertainty,
footy players.
the officers can't help but be increasingly amused by the attention and the seemingly growing crowd.
What? They're everywhere. I can't believe that. We're surrounded.
This is a tactical risk right now.
You're not risking it.
Well, it's offering you the option there.
What the heck is going on right now?
We need backup.
This is the most wild
Such a good question.
call for service I've ever been on.
You have anything else on you?
I have nothing else on me.
They're gonna scan you into jail, and if there's anything on you, you'll hold back.
I understand.
A little nugget of weed is felony.
I have no weed. I have no drugs I'm consuming on me. Like I said, frisk me. There you go. That felt good.
It's
What a
weird.
comedian.
He's quite funny.
He knows how to work a crowd.
It's happening now.
Doesn't
on
he?
the very last spread. It's happening right now.
Why are you yelling?
That's a good question too.
Batman is your hero. You're gonna,
Have a seat.
Batman is your hero. You're going to meet
I
him
bet you're
very
never working
soon.
overtime for us again.
He's coming to get me out.
With Chris now secured in custody and the tension from the crowd finally easing, two of the officers are more than ready to put the bizarre encounter behind them.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Thank you, officers.
All right, can we go eat now?
Yeah, 100%.
But the unusual day isn't over for the officer tasked with driving Chris to the police station. And as you'll witness, Chris has so much more left to
this
share.
poor officer who's stuck in the car with him.
Celebrity scandals, all of that. And people just taking it, blowing it out of the water.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, and over a month from now, the next celebrity scandal is going to happen.
Okay.
And they'll be all over that.
All right.
You may recognize or know my comic books I have drawn over the years and my chronicling and creations and discoveries of the Sonichu and Rosechu Pokemon species.
I'm not aware of that.
What?
Okay,
Man,
well,
imagine being
How
that
could you
cool.
not?
Homework for research on your own time, then that's okay.
Yeah.
But essentially, I am a decent
Chris Chan's
and
going to try to
good
strike a deal
individual.
right now with this
I
cop to
believe
get
in
out of this.
everything that is right and positive.
I'll give you a signature.
And I am literally a goddess, and that will be proven in the near days to come as we are on the completion of the dimension merge, where the universe half that was divided in 1380.
This guy's like fucking traffic lights.
Of King Arthur.
Please.
He ordered Merlin and two other magicians to remove and banish all dragons, unicorns, and other quote-unquote mythical creatures and overpowered individuals. And thus we were separated,
what the fuck are you talking about?
From what was originally called Universe 1C211987.
Chris dives into an astonishing account of multiple universes.
He just rattled that
where
off the
fictional
dome.
It is
characters
astonishing.
coexist, many of whom may sound quite familiar.
You have everybody there. You have Superman. You have Mickey Mouse. You have Iron
Mickey
Man. You have
Mouse?
Darkwing Duck. You have
Wow, what a cool
You have
universe.
Ratchet and Clank. You have the Super Mario Brothers. And you have Sonic. You have Link.
All the
You
gang.
have everybody.
Very cool.
Everybody. You name it. They're there. And
Even
of course,
Hitler?
especially Sonic and Roshis
Yeah, exactly.
and all of the other Pokemon known and yet to be known in all of existence.
So you're saying Pokemon's are going to come back to this, where we're at right now?
Yes, and among others, like I said,
It's like a dad
if
trying to relate to
Batman
his
or- let me ask you,
fucking
who
Yeah,
6-year-old
yes,
son.
yes, that's exactly it. He's trying,
Go
man.
Spider-Man.
He's gonna come around. You're gonna meet him.
All right, I can't wait.
I mean, if you're ever in New York, he's gonna be swinging around there.
Why New York? Why only New York? Why can't he go wherever?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, he can't go because he's a spider,
Yeah, did you ever
man.
think about
He does
that?
whatever a spider can. But also, I am particularly fond of and have great appreciation for the mentally capable and the psychic powered type of individuals. I have great respect for them, especially the good ones.
As the ride nears its end, Chris drops one final bombshell that will surely leave the officer with a lasting impression.
Yeah, so I am married interdimensionally with my husband, Magic Chan Sonichu, and I am also married to Hannah. My brain went blank on the word there, but anyway, I am also polygamously married to Griselle Rosechu and Sylvana Rosechu and the one and only Mewtwo, the one that was cloned by Giovanni's team.
Oh my God.
Team Rocket as featured in the
Whoa,
first
damn.
Pokemon movie.
Next
That is a
level autism.
bombshell.
Lame.
That's a fucking piece of internet history right there. That if there was a museum dedicated to internet history, that would be one of the core exhibits. That video, the arrest video.
Yep.
I remember waking
Yep,
up and that
totally.
being posted on the internet, and everyone. It was like a massive event at the time. It was hilarious. Just to see, weirdly enough, just to see Chris Chan intersect with real world like that, where he's being arrested and paraded through the hotel.
Yes,
parking
and
lot.
surprisingly doing it quite competently as well. That's the other thing that I was very surprised by. Like, yeah, okay, he is talking utter nonsense, but he is doing it so, like, off, it just keeps railing. I was impressed
just
by
endlessly. And I
Endlessly, if you
was
keep it
almost
going.
convinced. I was almost convinced about the interdimensional merge with how
Yeah.
matter of fact
You can tell the cop was.
Yeah, they were listening intently. I would love to be a cop.
Yep.
Like those situations, I mean, you'd kill to be a cop on that one, as opposed to like a drug bust or
upside
something.
of being a public servant, don't you think? Yes.
Yeah, hanging out with cool dudes like Chris Chan.
Yeah, well, it's pretty undeniable. Cool is definitely the first word you think about when somebody says, like, there's an invisible son at you and he's going to give you a little kick. just a tiny one. So that came out. And that is another 9/11 moment. Far out. I mean, I suppose when you have access to multiple dimensions, you can have multiple 9/11 moments, but Tower
Unlimited
1...
9/11s, yeah.
Unlimited 9/11s. Yeah, okay. So this is a real... Everyone on the internet was G'd for the latest installment.
Oh, it was crazy. Crazy moment in history. As if this whole sordid saga wasn't grim enough, online speculation also started to swell after the news broke as to whether the sex would have even been consensual. It's worth highlighting the fact that this is speculation though, and there is no concrete proof either way. I gotta say though, there is more leaning me towards believing that it wasn't consensual. There's some interesting points here in this article. Speculation for the affair being non-consensual is as follows. Barb has been speculated to be suffering from dementia or some other form of mental decline. There are too many videos of her displaying symptoms to list, but this could be her intentionally faking it for sympathy donations. Like, do you remember in the last episode where there were multiple videos that we watched where she looks catatonic, like just like staring off into the distance? Like, it's
and
pretty
further
undeniable.
on than that, yes. It's having sex with Chris Chan. The word that springs to mind immediately is not consensual, let alone dementia-riddled mother.
Yeah, again,
that's just me.
Clearly,
maybe it does for you.
Clearly, she's got dementia, and also, like you said, I don't think many people would consensually choose to have sex with Chris Chan.
Sex with Chris Chan.
Chris mentioned.
I mean, I
incest,
would, but you know.
Yeah, no, that's because you got a stiffy. You're always stiffed up. So you're always good to go.
No one's doing anything about it except Chris. All of these raunchy tales. So hard. So really hard.
Chris mentioned during incest texts, the great texts, that Barb told him to stop during his attempts to finger her. However, this would have been Chris's first time fingering a woman, and Chris mentioned this act hurt Barb at first, meaning Barb could have been stopping him from his attempts due to the pain, but otherwise consented to being fingered. Regardless, he does say that she did tell him to stop during his attempts to finger her, which is not a good... That's not a point for consent at the moment. Chris, during the incest call, mentions that Barb seemed partially confused at first. However, Chris did say that she came around, so it's possible he was referring to his advances towards her, and she wasn't of sound mind at that point. Chris also claimed in a later letter that Barb was, quote, zombie-like, and in another letter that she was, quote, frigid, that she had, quote, frigid mental activity and physical ability like a scared deer in headlights nearly all the time, end quote. While damning, if true, it's worth mentioning that Chris during the letter is begging the person that he's writing to for assistance in moving Barb out of the house, arguing that Barb simply cannot take care of herself. Which, I mean, that's even more point, right? That's these points are adding up that there's something a bit more sinister than just incest, which is a crazy sentence to say.
Isn't it? I can't believe we're here. How did we get here?
It might be forced incest, which is, I mean, undeniably worse than just incest. So. Like, it might be.
Oh, it is. Honestly, yeah, going into the detail of this, Jackson, I thank you. I truly do. Chris Chan really has gone where no man has ever gone before in so many ways. I've never, ever heard of this other than in Greek mythology. I think that you would have to go to an insane asylum to know about this otherwise. Chris Chan he's like, no one is ever going to take his mantle as lolcow. He has permanently enshrined himself in Christory for this, hasn't he?
No, he's one of the, I think he's like one of the first and the best at the same time. Like it's an example of the original art being just, you can't replicate it. It'll always stand the test of time.
Yep. Nothing even close. Let us know in the comments about your quote-unquote favorite lolcow. But I think that we can all agree this is very much like in World Idol, where the country of origin that you're from, you can't vote for it. That's automatically out. He is king. But I'd like to know if anybody comes even close, in your opinion, to Chris. It's so far beyond the pale. Sorry,
it's just too
continue
much.
on.
There's just too much to him.
He keeps upping the ante. How does he do it?
I don't like I don't want to know where it goes next.
Goes from here.
Where does he go from here?
But, you know, I'm dying to know at the same time. I think we all are. Kira, all right, you might not be dying to know, but tell us, are you a little bit?
I'm so sorry. I absolutely zoned out for a second. I was reading ahead.
I think Kira has compartmentalized this episode entirely.
I was kind of reading ahead to the document and just like kind of looking at this and going, who is that? Because I haven't read that bit. I just zoned out for a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jordan, so she's in on it as well. No, but that answers the question. You cannot not pay attention to this man. You cannot look away.
Can't look away.
Can't do it. It's impossible.
The main argument that it wouldn't have been consensual is that in a lot of the videos that Chris filmed with Barb, she seemed to be generally showing signs of mental decline, possibly even dementia, although she did appear more mentally aware in some other videos. During the incest call, Chris also mentioned to Bella, I've already read all this. Over the course of the next few days after his arrest, Chris was charged with incest and transferred to Central Virginia Regional Jail. His Patreon account was also suspended following the charges, and his license plates, registered as Sonchu, were stolen by trolls. On the 4th and 5th of August, Chris made his appearances at court. The case was moved to Greene County's Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court, with Chris being represented by Charlottesville's attorney, David Heilberg. Greene County's attorney asked the presiding judge to deny Chris's bond out of concern for the safety of both the community and Chris, citing the public attention and streamers who were present at the arrest of at the hotel. And yeah, that's probably a good idea to refuse the bond, deny the bond, given that he is Chris Chan's a legitimate risk to all parents out there in society. No incest is ever going to be enough for Chris Chan. I think he'll go after everyone, every parent, every family member. Probably best to decline the bond.
Spiritual incest. Yeah.
Chris then screamed out loud at the court proceedings, "I'm famous on the internet," to which he was quickly silenced enough to speak only when spoken to. Judge Barado ordered that Chris be held without bond, as he considered the high-profile nature of the case to be a risk to Chris and the community. While Heilberg was requesting evaluation of Chris's mental state, Chris interrupted by stomping his feet and demanding his personal items be returned back home. Chris also interrupted Judge Barado to correct the judge's quote of a statute, interjecting "she" when the judge incorrectly read male pronouns. Barado responded that he was simply reading directly from the state statute's wording. On August 9th, attorney Heilberg stated that his client was legally disabled with mental health issues, which I think is undebatable. While held in jail before his next hearing, Chris wrote several letters, one of which, on the 20th of August, begs for more money and also undergarments. Quote, "Hey everyone, I would very much appreciate paying off my jail debt.
Hey,
Can I get some new undies? Please donate to Undie Fund."
Jackson,
I've
after he does
shitted
this
in all
shit.
my
Hey,
briefs.
y'all.
No, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Because they're left clean. He's got us.
They're always clean.
He's got us on a logical loop. Oh, fire out. This is so good. I need undies.
I need undies. They've been shitted.
He's 40 at this point?
To be fair, though, he did fart during the arrest.
Yes, that is
and
fair.
there is a lot of accounts of him shitting his pants often. So yeah.
Yes, this is all true.
Just
all very good points.
Yeah,
such good points.
Not just just imagine how dirty that incest sex must have been as well. Like how gross that must have been. Just generally beyond just the incest. He would have been in there like they're squatted. What's it called? Like the house full of hoarding stuff, and also he's like unwashed, She's got dementia. She's all gross as well. He's all like, he's slipping out of his shitted briefs and things like that.
Oh God, it's so detailed. Thank you for that, Jackson.
The house would have been like musky, water damage everywhere.
I'm gonna cut you off.
The dogs and the cats
she'd be as damp as the bathroom.
And shit everywhere.
Oh, nice.
And then you add incest on top of that.
The smell would have been overwhelming. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't even. What's the smell of incest plus
old
dog shit everywhere?
And human shit. Let's be honest. She's an old lady, an incontinent,
every shit known to
dementia-riddled lady, while she's getting eaten out.
So gross.
So gross. And the dog comes in just for no reason and farts in there and then walks out.
That's hell. That's hell.
It's totally hell.
Fuck, it's so gross. Kira, did you miss our conversation? Then we were talking about how all the different smells and the insect.
No, Kira, it's very important. What did you skip ahead again?
No, she's taking the headphones off. She doesn't want to hear our commentary on the situation.
How could you not?
She hates love. She hates love and she hates shit.
You have some deep-seated prejudices that you need to work on, Kira. Jackson and I, on the other hand, will continue to fill out how many living beings would be shitting at that moment. Maybe Chris did one too, just to add to the, to the romance.
He absolutely would fart during sex. I'm just putting that out there. He would be a fart. He would be a sex farter, whatever that is. He would.
Didn't he already do that?
I don't think so.
Remember when he was masturbating along with a 12-year-old boy? And he goes, "Oh, was that a burp?"
No, it was a burp. Yeah, he belched. He belched afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Nice, classy lady.
Because he immediately came and then took a sip of Fanta and then burped.
Boss move.
While having online sex with a 12-year-old boy. Which is just like one insane sentence after another in this story. Anyway,
and yet he went further.
This is the message. He's e-begging for new clean undergarments. Quote, Hey everyone, I would very much appreciate paying off my jail debt and being able to purchase from the jail's commissary. I really need new socks, a bra, some extra panties, and a pair of leather sneakers and other goods from this. So please, all of you, go online and donate it to my inmate account right away. $5 or $10 per person at least. I love how he's got limits. He's got like he's got prerequisites. If you want to donate, you're at least donating $10. At least towards an accumulated total of $100 would be very much appreciated. Damn, ritzy. That's some expensive lingerie that he's going to be buying. On the 29th, Barb was returned to her home on Branchland Court. She eventually got back in phone contact with Chris once the EPO was lifted about a month later. Now we come to 2021 through to 2023, which is Chris's time in jail. With Chris in jail, September was a mostly silent month, with the exception of a letter on the 19th. The letter revealed that Chris was taking a keen interest in the Bible and believed that he himself was Jesus Christ of Nazareth, compounded with his other pre-existing delusions of the dimensional merge. Chris drew his comparison with Jesus Christ after seeing similarities with Jesus's persecution and his own. So he's in jail for 3 months and he's got a persecution complex now, rivaling literally Jesus and God. All right.
Yeah, I really don't understand how you could put, comparisons with the Virgin Mary and Chris Chan's mum after what has happened between the two, but he found a way.
We'll find out.
And I think we're all excited about it, especially Kira.
Chris, are you doing your best Chris Chan impersonation there of his deep, conflicted sighs, Kira?
Stop.
She's such a big fan of Chris Chan. She's involuntarily taking on his spirit right now. See, there it is again.
There it is. The satisfied belch sound afterwards.
Yeah, let's get a burp in there. Chris drew this comparison with Jesus Christ after seeing similarities with Jesus' persecution and his own, as well as his physical appearance, ignoring the fact that this uncanniness is predicated on the Western artistic depictions of a Caucasian Jesus rather than a Middle Eastern Jew. I mean, even then, the resemblance is uncanny.
Is uncanny. Fat 40-year-old autistic Jesus.
This is a quote. This is a quote from Chris Chan about it. Quote, firstly and vitally, it should be made obvious and clear that aside from Andy Warhol, my life events at present and so far can directly be compared and matched with that which have been chronicled of none other than Jesus Christ of Nazareth himself in any Holy Bible. Also, feel free to take any unaltered original photograph of my body's face, neck, and shoulder chest area where I was not wearing the glasses. Then alter the photo to show a naturally growing brown beard, mustache, and sideburns. Now place that photo next to any image of Jesus on or off the cross. Compare, look deep into my eyes and photograph. See for yourself. I meditate and connect directly and genuinely with the cosmos, both of our universe halves, and throughout the timelines and entire multiverse. So despite some lack of physical evidence, I know the ultimate truths, facts, and details not commonly known or written, drawn, or chronicled. So basically, if you take a picture of me and Photoshop it to look like Jesus Christ, well then, wow, I look like Jesus Christ.
He's got us there.
Yeah, good point, Chris Chan.
He's killing it every time. You really cannot argue with his logic.
As well as his declaration of being a prophet, Chris's letter also downplayed the severity of his actions, suggesting that the sexual relationship with his mother was an instruction from God to heal and cleanse his mother emotionally and physically, as he had done with several others back in Israel over 2,000 years ago.
This reminds me.
This takes me back to my early days as Jesus. I don't think, did Jesus fuck people to health? I don't ever remember that story. I feel like Jesus would have died a virgin, right?
Yeah, I think he would have too. Nah.
I thought that.
Wait, no. Did he marry a Magdalene? Did he go her? Or was that the story to?
Yeah, no, yes. Christian tradition holds that Jesus was a virgin. He was believed to have been conceived. Yeah, I know that.
That part. Yeah, we all know that.
Well, yeah, he was never married, right? So if he lived a life without sin, then he couldn't have had sex.
Exactly.
So, yeah, according to Christian doctrine, Jesus lived a sinless life because sex outside of marriage is considered a sin. His sinless nature implies he was a virgin. There we go. So what the fuck is he talking about then?
This is the point you take issue with.
I find his religious analysis very troubling.
To be lacking. Yeah.
With Chris's next hearing delayed to November, Chris spent October in jail writing several more letters, one of which being a response to a failed attempt from a fan to convert Chris to Islam. You probably would have had more luck converting to Islam with the whole sex thing though.
Yeah, true.
Barb turned 80 on October 1st. With Bob dead and Chris in jail, it was her first birthday alone in decades. Chris's hearing was again pushed back again in November, this time to February the following year, 2022. To pass the time, Chris remained in frequent contact with the outside world and fans through phone calls and letters. A letter on November 8th provided insight into Chris's true mental state in jail, claiming that astral projection had allowed him to visit other locations while locked up. He shared that he was also kept away from other inmates and filled his days by meditating and playing cards. Another letter written later on in the month claimed that the dimensional merge had taken place and that his cell room was filled with his imaginary characters, including Maji-chan and his hubby Chu. That's unfair to them, right? They get fucking, just because they're associated with Chris-chan, they get dimensionally merged into prison.
Yeah, it's
He's so selfish. He's so selfish.
Yeah, he is. When will he think of anyone else?
Dimensionally merge them elsewhere. Add in them fields. Give them a mansion. You have the power to do so, Jesus.
Yeah, totally. What are you doing?
Let them
Certainly
live.
not thinking about them, are you?
They didn't fuck their mums. As far as we know.
Yeah.
They are creations of Christian, though, so they may have. I am not sure. Chris closed out the year by spending his Christmas holidays behind bars. More letters and conversations were shared with his fandom. One requested a fan to send $200,000 to his donations account immediately. Another letter included a new and improved 10 commandments list. Some of these revised commandments instructed followers to worship any or all gods or none at all. Quote, whichever best feels well and good with thee, end quote. And then adultery is perfectly acceptable. Yeah, he's getting very biblical. And that adultery is perfectly acceptable, rather ironically, so long as it's disclosed with your partner and not in secret. Well, then it's not fucking adultery. Anyway. 2022 was naturally a much quieter year for Chris, given that he was in jail for the entirety of the year. That meant that he spent his 40th birthday behind bars. Around the same time, he was also transferred from Central Virginia Regional Jail. Well, it's okay. He had all of his interdimensional friends there to celebrate. He actually would not have felt alone. I'm sure that he would not feel alone.
But did they help him out when he was getting bashed in prison? That's what I want to know. And did he get bashed?
Well, that's probably no. Remember, I think I said before that he wasn't allowed near other inmates, and that's probably why. Because he would have sticked Magi-chan on them again. He would have been like, "You've got Magi-chan punching your leg right now, convicted murderer," which would not have gone over very well, ultimately.
Probably not. It is the ultimate Chad versus Beta, isn't it? Like a man that heavily autistic that he's in jail because he had sex with his mum in that environment. God, to be a fly on the wall.
I was going to say, that would be a good TLC show.
Yeah.
It would be a pretty interesting TLC.
I would love it.
Surely that's happened. Anyway, around the same time, he was also transferred from Central Virginia Regional Jail to Western State Hospital due to his incompetence to stand trial, and as a result, March was one of the quietest months in all of Christory. By May, he was transferred back to jail and slowly started to get back into the process of writing letters to friends and drawing pictures for sale by the Prater Group. Chris's court proceedings kept getting delayed throughout the year, but by the 28th of July, his incest charge was certified to go before a grand jury, meaning it was being prosecuted as a felony. August was a busy month for legal proceedings for Chris. His lawyer filed for an autism disorder deferment disposition in an effort to get the case dismissed, which further extended the court proceedings. The court scheduled a review for his case in a year's time. The court also decided to seal the case due to trolls pestering for information about the case and the subsequent worry that misinformation about it would be spread. Despite this, select information was still made public by the court. Very interesting that this case got sealed. Who's covering for Chris Chan? The conspiracy runs deep. Maybe he is Jesus. Moving into 2023, Chris was still in jail for the early months of the year, including his 41st birthday in February. So he's been in there for a long time at this point.
I was going to say, I didn't realize that he was in jail for so long.
Yeah, he was for like a year and a half at least. His second birthday in a row spent in custody. Again, his court hearings kept being rescheduled, albeit for shorter spaces of time than the previous year. However, on the 27th of March, after a year and 7 months in custody, Chris was released from jail by court order. After some periodical reviews between March and August, the main review that was scheduled by the court from the year before was held on 8th of August. With the autism disorder deferred disposition filed by his lawyer the year before, the court dismissed the incest charge completely. He was not formally charged, and aside from being held in custody, he essentially got out of the entire incest saga without any major consequences.
Wow. Okay, there you go. Thoughts. What do you reckon?
It's pretty fucking crazy that he could literally admit to multiple people. He literally couldn't hold it in. He was hinting at it before he even confirmed it. But he did confirm it, and he talked about it in detail. And he's not held at all in punishment for that. I don't know how. I feel like there are mitigating factors in the sense that he is intellectually impaired. But still, that has to be a line in the sand where there is a felony charge levied and punishment given to that. Or at least, like, clearly he's not capable of living in society. He needs to be, like, institutionalized.
Surely. Maybe it was just the judge was like, I'm sorry, I can't believe this. I do not want to live in a world like. Don't you reckon it was like it must have been?
Then he let him out.
And then he let him out. No, it's not real.
Oh, he's just like completely, this
just
couldn't
in
happen.
Disbelief.
Yeah, innocent.
I'm still in disbelief about it.
Innocent because there's no way that this crime could have been committed.
Could happen.
No. Akira, what do you think?
Oh my
What do you think about this?
I don't even know. Like, it's so... Oh, I don't even know. But they just had too much going on, and this was the case that they could just let go?
Well, no.
Maybe.
The reason given, I believe... let me check. It was something to do with the fact that... one sec. Yeah, there's like a legitimate statute. If a defendant has been diagnosed with autism and the court finds that autism either caused or had a relationship to the criminal offense, the court then can defer further legal proceedings without a formal guilty ruling and place the defendant under probation terms set by the court. And if the terms are completed, the defendant may have the charges dismissed. If the terms are violated, a guilty verdict may be rendered. So it seems like there are defenses built into the statutes for people with autism, basically. Yeah, but I think it's pretty hard to argue that he is a capable and functioning member of society, and that it would be best for both society and Chris Chan if, first of all, his internet access was completely revoked and made impossible, but also institutionalization. He's directly harmed another person. I don't understand how the courts could, in good faith, allow someone of this mental ability and capability to remain in society. It's a legitimate danger, in my opinion. All right, we're back. If you've noticed that we've changed clothing or we look a little bit different, it's because we felt so disgusted after the events of reading through and listening to Chris Chan's incest that we all needed to go take a collective shower and wash off the stink and the
Not
shame.
me. I'm still wearing exactly the same shirt.
The same, actually. But we did have to take a little break.
Kira may or may not have changed. We won't get her opinion on that. It's more comical to assume that she hasn't.
I was going to say we all went and took a shower, apart from Jordan, who is still sporting the stiffy from listening to the call. He's still rock hard still.
No need for a shower.
That's why he hasn't changed. Yeah, well, the shower was to calm yourself down a little bit. It was to calm yourself down. You know how you go take a cold shower if you're getting too worked up?
Yeah, I could have had a cold shower, but due to my slovenly hygiene habits, I didn't.
God, you are the Chris Chan of this episode. You're somehow more gross than Chris Chan. All right, so we come to the year 2023. Between his release from jail and the case being dismissed, Chris was only sporadically seen in public. His first sighting wasn't until May, being seen at places like Walmart and various game stores. By the end of May, his appearance had gone through yet another transformation, with him dyeing his hair a bright teal color and changing up his fashion sense once again. He also took to signing his name as J. Christ Chan Sonachu now that he is, of course, the personification of Jesus Christ at this point in time. So, of course, his signature has been updated to reflect as such. By August, Chris slowly started re-establishing his online presence by playing Pokemon Go, his newly bought PS5, and progressively liking more and more tweets. How the fuck is he able to afford all this shit? Who's giving him money?
I'd like to know that. And I'd like to know how much money. Isn't he under like an enormous amount of debt? He was under debt, like an enormous amount of debt. How is he able to afford a brand new PS5? That's a luxury item. You don't know much about gaming, Jordan, but the PS5 is quite the luxury item in this day and age. They've raised their prices like 3 different times since that thing is released. I think it's now worth like $1,000 per PS5 console. Australian. Okay, so
I don't know how much
it's the caviar of consoles. Yeah, well, maybe it's cheaper in the United States. I'd also imagine, look, if you are a global phenomenon like Chris Chan, in the sense that he's going to hotels to hide, like he's, some sort of witness protection mirror or something, and there's still slack-jawed gawkers beneath yelling, being, Christian! Maybe he's getting a lot of cash. Maybe he's just pretending to be poor because he's realized you get more cash for it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he was streaming for a little bit for a period of time there, and of course accepting donations through that. So people would donate money to say, to make him read things. So that's probably a source of money. But I still feel like that's got to be so much money to be able to afford. Oh, of course, his spending habits are really bad. So he probably did just buy a PlayStation 5 while under enormous amounts of debt. Nothing stopping him from doing that, I guess, instead of paying off his debt. So that is entirely possible as well. Who knows? But I can wager a guess. He also marked his return to posting by uploading previously unreleased artwork from his time in jail onto DeviantArt. It seemed that Chris just couldn't stay away from the internet, unfortunately. By September, Chris was being spotted in public more and more. Curiously, however, in some of these sightings, he was also accompanied by an unknown woman. Chris could even be seen touching, hugging, and even kissing this woman.
A real-life woman.
Was she related to him somehow? Yeah.
Possibly, looking at the picture. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the resemblance, there's a weird level of resemblance.
There is.
A little bit.
I could see it. A cousin.
She definitely looks.
He's downgraded. He's done the legal part of incest.
Yeah, I could see her being like a cousin, or something of that sort, as opposed to more directly linked. But she definitely looks like cleaner. But there's still like a little bit of resemblance here that makes me think that it's not impossible that she's related.
And they need to be. For Chris Chan to be turned on by them, they have to be related.
It has to either be related in terms of being a parent or something of that sort, or a 12-year-old boy, apparently. Those are his sexual partners throughout time. Little else is currently known about this Flutter woman. She had gotten in touch with Chris while he was still in jail and had since met up with him. Of course, he becomes like sexually attractive as soon as he goes to jail. What is it with people finding like people who go to prison, regardless of like whatever they've committed, whatever crimes they've committed? Like for some reason, there's a contingency of people that just find going to prison, being sentenced to jail as an attractive trait.
They're dangerous. Ooh. And as we could all see from Chris Chan's crimes, very sexy crimes. That's the thing. Like, dude, don't you think if it's like armed robbery or something, I can imagine women thinking, wow, what a renegade. He plays by his own rules. But imagine using that as a pickup line in Tinder afterwards. I was in jail. Why? Having sex with my mum. Wet.
But it clearly works. I don't know why it works, but it works.
How?
This is the only time he ever found a woman to consensually, like, actually engage sexually with him, maybe, or romantically with him, is after going to jail for fucking his own mum. I don't get it.
I can't believe that constitutes as street cred.
I know, it's so strange.
It's like the opposite of street cred. They're shut-ins that live in squalor. They're not doing anything gangstery.
Is this like,
and also like it's like, how do you get your illegal money? Oh, I beg people online for PlayStations.
You always see
so
like
unhot.
You always see women fawn after or over like murderers and stuff. Like a group of people, a group of women like fawning over like Ted Bundy or whatever. Which he was handsome, so I can see that. But is it also the opposite way? Like, do men fawn over like women serial killers much, or would they just be too threatened in their masculinity?
I don't necessarily think it's a threatened in their masculinity thing. As I would imagine that every woman that goes to jail is going to be quite methy.
That's the only
attractive femme fatales. I think that it's mostly a Hollywood construct, someone going into a bank and being as hot as Jessica Alba. I stand to be corrected. In fact, I do actually, now that I think about it, it is a very sexy thought thinking about a woman being very attractive and going to jail, but I don't think it happens.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, again, maybe...
Whereas like with guys, you get that nice, hard prison body. Yes, exactly.
I want to be wrong for equality's sake. I don't know if that actually
You're a good
exists.
man,
So this is
Jackson.
just a. I know.
I
I'm
want to
very
perv on
virtuous.
prisoners.
Sexy,
I really
sexy
do.
prisoner women.
Sexy prisoners exclusively. They have to be hot.
Not the methy kind. Kira, what do you think about that? Because that is a phenomenon that I've definitely noticed. Is like all the attractive dude prisoners get large contingencies of fan girls and fan guys. To be fair, there are gay dudes that lust over them as well. But do you at all see that the opposite direction?
I have not seen it as much. I really don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of any situation as well. But correct us, please, because I'm sure we're definitely wrong and we're missing something there. It's not really relevant to Chris Chan.
Give us a watchmojo.com top 10 sexiest female prisoners.
Yeah.
I want to judge.
Could it be to do with how like more men prisoners, they're more like publicized in the media? So then more women are looking at it and
I don't. Well, no. There's definitely like violent killers who are women that are arrested and publicized. I'm sure, like the more
like the
more
mushroom
men
lady
who commit. Well, that's point to Kira's credit. That is decisively unattractive. Killing people via mushrooms. I'm not turned on by that at all. But I think just generally, yeah, maybe you're right, Kira, that like more men are more violently publicized for their violent murders and stuff. And maybe it just doesn't happen as much with women. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic. Anyway, finally, October 2023 brought with it the inevitable return of Chris to the internet. He released his first video in over 2 years on the 16th with the title Jesus Christ Chant Sonichu Prime Resurrected and Returned. As if the title wasn't enough of a giveaway, the video is pure nonsense, lasting 9.5 minutes and mainly consisting of Chris poorly singing a couple of Pokemon parody songs along with clips of him dancing in front of a green screen. After each of the songs, Chris speaks briefly about his return, although to everyone other than the most adept Christorians, Chris's words just come across as nonsensical ramblings. Let's have a look at this.
And let's watch.
City of Quickville, on the road to the city of Quickville. On the road to the city of Quickville.
Production value has ramped up. I'll give him that.
On the road to the city of Quickville. City of Quickville. On the road to the city of Quickville. City of Quickville. On the road to the city of Quickville. City of Quickville. On the road to the city of Quickville. City of Quickville. On the road to the city of Quickville.
This is art, Kira. You might not like it, but it is art.
Perfect. So yeah, I'm back. I'm proud. I'm more mother. I got the boundaries set.
I got the boundary set between me and my mother.
What boundaries?
Good positivity, light power, and righteousness. Keep on zapping it up. All the good ones, the good light power and righteousness.
His fucking glasses are also like what grandmas wear with like the fucking strap around their neck and the beads and stuff on them. He is like a fucking 80-year-old grandma.
To do excellent and very well.
He is.
I know so, because I've got all these crosses on the palms of my hands and the images and the etchings of where I have been hung on that cross.
Yeah, remember, he's Jesus.
Back in Nazareth,
That's right. I forgot about that.
millennia ago. See y'all later.
Ah, I've been blinded.
So many snaps.
The righteous light of the Christ Redeemer has blinded me. Yeah, I mean,
Here's
that's
my
not
question
proof
about
that
that.
Jesus walks among us. I don't know what is.
Well, that's definitely incontrovertible. But I'm wondering, do you think that Chris, after going to jail, finally realized, oh, I think I get that I am a joke?
No, this isn't self-aware. No, 100. No. I refuse. He didn't fuck his mum as a joke, as a prank, or anything like that.
No. I'm saying post fucking his mum.
Yeah, I know you're saying post, but like once you've crossed that line, it's not like you can suddenly go back to or go to being like, oh, I understand, it's all a joke. He's already insane enough to fuck his mum. He's like full deep down in delusion, and he will always be. There's no bringing him back to reality. I mean, he's right. He thinks he's Jesus Christ. You think that's all of this stuff is just now a joke, basically? Like he's self-aware.
I don't know. No. When I'm watching it, I keep thinking, surely there has to be some level of self-awareness at this point. Because, Jackson, you're much more of a connoisseur of lolcows than I am. I would imagine that most lolcows at some point realize, okay, this is who I am. I'm just going to start leaning into this. Is that the usual pattern?
Well, yeah, but they usually just double down on the lolcow behavior. I don't think they're capable of not being themselves. Like, they might be self-aware that they are lolcows, but they are lolcows because of inextricable or immutable elements of their personality that they just can't change. So I don't think that they are able to ironically, exude those traits authentically. They are just authentically those people. And so the only real defense or change that lolcows are able to make is, ironically enough, leaving the internet and making a change in that sense of not becoming lolcows anymore by not putting themselves on the internet anymore. And that never happens because they're incapable of change a lot of the times. Like Chris Chan is clearly incapable of change.
Yes, absolutely.
So I don't think that this is some like tongue-in-cheek kind of ironic art presentation by Chris Chan here. He's finally figured out how to monetize it or whatever. No, I think he's authentically being himself still, and those are the lolcow traits of him.
Okay, so him singing City of Quickville, That Bad. That's him making his triumphant announcement. I'm back and I'm better than ever. Love me or hate me, this is who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. Unapologetically, Chris.
Unapologetically. As if the title... No, I've already read that. The following day, Chris uploaded another video titled "Setting the Record Straight. There never was any sex involving me in 2021."
What?
That sounds like an OJ book.
That's like it's guys. I'm not an incest monster. I'm actually still an incel. It's like, I guess it's better, but it's still just, yeah, I know.
There was never any sex involving me in 2021. In this video, Chris denied the incest allegations, even going so far as to claim that he claims he was proven innocent in a court of law, an outright lie, as his case was simply dismissed, and blaming others for manipulating him, including Bella Janke and his online trolls, which I guess is to some degree true, but man, you have to be pretty fucked up to be manipulated into fucking your own mum. Like that's I don't think there's any level of manipulation that Jordan would be able to manipulate me into to do something like that. He also once again claimed that he is the don't please.
Don't try and manipulate me. You are not going to manipulate me. All right. The new official ultimate goal of the Red Thread podcast. Can Jordan manipulate Jackson into fucking his mum?
Into incest.
Into incest.
It seems that no matter how much Chris's mental state deteriorates, he will always have the victim complex and never admit any fault. Let's listen to the video.
Hey everyone, Jesus Christy Western Chair Sergeant Prime here. And right now I'm going to set the record straight. So just so y'all know, straightforward and blunt, to the point. The reason I went to jail, the charge I was charged with, I was innocent. There never, ever, 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 ever was any sex between Barbara and I. Period. I was innocent. I have a few bullet points to go through anyway.
Does he at all look like completely drugged out of his mind or something?
Yeah,
he
that's
looks
what I
like
was
a cult
thinking.
leader right now. He looks like a cult leader.
Does he doesn't have a history of drug use, does he? But he's so slurry.
Yeah,
he's
maybe
mumbling.
he's just... Sorry, Kira?
It's mumbling.
Mumbling.
Yeah, he's slurring. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Maybe that's just what happens when he gets really turned on about thinking about what he did to his mum.
Stop it right now.
But shoot, I mean, where did we go to end up here? So obviously we got all the haters and fakers and the toxic sinners that tried to manipulate me in so many
Jesus Christ. That's incoherent for
That's
Chris.
right there. Why did y'all have to do that?
Why did y'all have to make me
You
fuck
all
my mum?
really
Period.
Period. That was a whole mess up. I mean, shoot. Even y'all with your freaking smut fictions. I know some of you out of the minority that are the worst. Out of the majority being actually good. Okay? You out of the minority. You've written those smut fan fictions. You shipped me with Barbara. You shipped me with that Snorlax. And I've seen worse ship. And Barbara was definitely not the perfect mother with me. There was not the perfect mother-daughter relationship there, period. Growing up, there was the times of abuse, even though there was the love and caring in there and throughout. But that was a whole different kettle of fish right there. But yeah, the bullying, the terrorizing, and all that, they really fucked me up. I feel so... Just enough said right there. But hey, you're...
I feel so...
There it is.
That's enough. I've said right there. That's a great line.
Suicide, period. And that was the attention that Bella had in all her chopped and screwed up recordings with all the attention and manipulating me into that. But hey, I foreknew she was going to do that. I tested her. At the time, I treated her like, just as a friend, try to get her to be on the good side. But obviously she failed. Just like I foreknew the relationship between Dylan and Taylor, that was not going to last. He abused her. I gave her support on that live stream when I went on there. Just support and kindness, because I appreciated her as an artist and an individual, which was more than I could say for Dylan at the time.
I don't know what that's about. I think that's about My Little Pony drama.
Dylan?
I think it might be My Little Pony drama. He's more passionate about that than he is defending himself against claims of incest. He's more like violently
a man of true priorities.
He's focused more on My Little Pony drama or whatever that was.
Well, I got to say, it was quite engaging. It did sound like a very nerdy version of Days of Our Lives.
For me and Fifi having done something at the hotel, had I actually made it to BabsCon. But fortunately, that didn't quite happen. She, one way or another, she would have got me into jail or tried to get me to commit suicide on the whole different day. But hey, she failed. She didn't do that. I took the initiative in my own hands, so I let divine intervention and timing and everything just let me go to jail, spend my time suffering and spending the time for your sins, you fucking toxic ones.
Wow, maybe he is Jesus.
We really do need to remember that every time, don't we?
I am Jesus Christ reincarnated. I am the one avatar of all existence, and I'm going to see that there is nothing but good and righteousness and light-powered individuals, and encouraging all the neutrals to be good, period. Just like I'm trying to do in this video and statement right now, setting the record straight. But I was proven innocent. And they couldn't place me anywhere, which is why they kept me in jail for so long, because they didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know what to do with somebody was freaking autistic that you weren't putting your words in. Ish. They didn't know what to do. They just kept me in jail. They didn't know where to place me. But fortunately, they did know where to place me eventually, so that happened. I'm safe and doing better, okay?
I can see that.
But I did nothing wrong, and only the certain individuals online, they had wrongfully manipulated and controlled me and my own narrative, but no more. I take control of my own narrative from now on, not you. Not you lot of haters and fakers. I am a much better individual than that. Y'all should have known better of me than that. That is enough with the mislabelings and the misconceptions. That's enough. And the whole lot of the set's commentary was me being misled by the suggestion of those individuals, especially those theoretical exes of mine. And I was proven innocent by court of law and released. Simple as that.
But Chris, you weren't.
And also just putting this out there,
That's
just
as much of a fantasy.
I mean, those of you,
as your Sonic
neurotypical, thinking you're able, whatever, there is at least one thing that is totally disabled about you, period. So do not hate others for things that you are yourself, period.
Oh no.
There is no need to hate on anyone. Or even yourself.
He's subliminally messaging us.
A flaw is a flaw, a blessing is a blessing, and a flaw can be a blessing in disguise. So you meditate on that. And stop hating for such a flaw.
Oh God, this
Inception. I am a living, breathing individual, and I am not to be objectified in any way anymore.
I love the sigh.
It is so
it's quite
common.
ASMR-y, isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, in that,
I can see why Babs
Bella
falls
was the
for
real
it.
sex criminal in that. She really wanted to try to get me in something. She's the real criminal. Fucking bitch! Calling her out! Call her out! Isabella Jenkins. She's the real sex criminal, period. She did a whole mess of adult.
To be fair, we might go into this in the future, but there are a lot of, I don't even necessarily know if there are allegations, but there's a lot of stories and stuff out there, a lot of evidence about this Isabella Janky woman and all of the crimes and disgusting stuff that she's committed outside of even just Chris Chan. Like, there's some pretty fucking deplorable stories about her if they are true.
God, I want to get into that. Okay.
He's pretty correct on this point, but
right.
he still fucked his mum.
Alteration and manipulation and things in our words and attitude and insinuations and everything. Okay? But to end this,
I fucking love the Elder Scrolls Oblivion music in the background. It is ASMR.
I'll tell you
it's really ASMR.
She's a friend of mine, and I refer to her only as Flutter because she likes Fluttershy. Okay? I met her in Lynchburg. She got in touch with me while I was in jail. And we managed to meet. We managed to bond and connect with each other as friends. And she is literally 30 years old despite her physicality. But anyway, just pretty much straightforward right there, letting you know about that.
Was that an insult? Was he saying like she looks older but she's actually 30, or she looks younger but she's actually 30?
I think younger, because I can see a picture further down the document. It looks like she's quite short. So I think he's saying she is 30. She's
okay. Or counterpoint, she's not also an 80-year-old mother again. She is only 30. It could be one or the other. We don't know with Chris.
Could be both.
It's very hard.
I just need to say all that. Clear the air. There is nothing wrong with being associated with me, period. I am sick and tired of being blocked by anyone, including and especially by those of whom I appreciate. And I do have friends that do have great appreciation of me, which more than I can say than some. I mean, you all, even Megan Schroeder, had your chance to actually be kind and compassionate and friends with me.
That's like 20 years ago now, Chris.
Haven't heard that name
yet. That's enough said right there.
Damn.
I just felt like I need to get that off.
Was that his mic drop, was it?
I might have had a sleepless night.
Oh man, he's really going in on it, isn't he?
I didn't like that.
That's most of his argument. Most of his argument is sighing, huh?
Yeah, sighing and saying period. It's a convincing argument, to be sure.
It is. especially when you can't really decipher what the argument is. It's a great rhetorical strategy that I've never seen before.
Again, he did spend most of his time arguing about things not related to the incest charges in that response video. And the only things he said about the incest fundamentally were incorrect in that he claims that he was proven innocent in a court of law when that never happened.
Did not happen.
His only defense was actually 100% confirmable to be false. So not a great defense strategy, but not the worst YouTube apology I've seen. So I'll give him points for that. From this point, Chris was back to his regular online antics, starting to post more frequently on Twitter and YouTube. He also started streaming, which was a new avenue for trolls to harass him. One particular moment of note included Chris breaking down from his lighthearted mood to becoming silent and looking extremely uncomfortable when someone donated $1 and left a scathing comment that read, quote, "You raped your mother and then bragged about it, Chris. The only reason you're denying it is because people are upset with you. Enjoy your dollar. Don't spend it all in one place." Let's have a look at his response to that. Oh, that's a terrifying picture.
Aye.
All right, there's the...
Oh, God, he looks so scary, doesn't he? He's turned into a grandma witch with Super Saiyan 7 hair.
He looks like a sex predator.
One heart piece.
And a victim at the same time, doesn't he?
Heart piece.
Okay, so it shows up, he looks at it.
Rolling and trolling.
Just... and then moves on to his arts and crafts, ignoring it. But he does look very guilty. I'll say that he looks a bit shaken by reading it.
Oh yeah, it's a really good show. I've watched both seasons.
And then he goes back to talking about Sonic Prime.
The real issues.
Chris's expression after reading the comment and the resulting uncomfortable silence are palpable, with some speculating that his expression is one of pure guilt or shame. In his efforts to recover, he then jumped to the next question that someone asked about the Sonic Prime TV show and continued on with the stream. Chris's excuses and explanations for the incest allegations also continued to become more and more convoluted as the year went on. In a November live stream, when asked about it by a viewer, he went on to explain that he played along with the allegations so he would be sent to jail to avoid meeting Jacob Sockness at a My Little Pony convention in Washington State that he had been planning on attending. So it was all a ploy, you see. He faked having sex with his mum to avoid going to a My Little Pony convention because he needed to be under protection at the jailhouse instead. That was the only way.
It does make sense.
It was the only way that he would be able to avoid going to a My Little Pony convention. He also started to ramble about accessing memories of the incest from another dimension where a different version of himself had sex with Barbara, and that was somehow...
That's a pretty plausible theory. That's consistent.
Yeah,
he is able to access other dimensions. He has memories of being other versions of himself. Maybe that's why it was dismissed in court. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe Dark Chris invaded our reality and had sex with our dimensions, Barbara, and that's where and then he accessed those memories like a dimensional echo, basically, of that memory happening, got planted in our Chris's head, and so he thought he had sex with Barbara, when in fact it was only Dark Chris from Universe Alpha Beta that had sex with our Barbara. Accident. I don't know.
But I can see how to a noob it would appear that I had sex with my mum. However.
Yeah. Well, he was tricked as well because the memories got planted in his head. So he thought originally he had sex with Barbara himself because he was seeing Dark Chris's memory echoes. So he was tricked.
The universe is a truly disturbing place.
What is when Dark Chris is around, no mother is safe. While answering the question, he also said that Null, quote, stabbed him in the back. If you don't remember, Null is the Kiwi Farm site manager, basically, who was for a time helping Chris and then blocked him after he found out about the incest charges and that Chris had been stealing money from his mother. It feels weird to refer to him as his mother now. I feel like I should say victim, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Same.
Should.
Curiously, when answering another question in the same live stream, he claimed that his autism had been mostly cured thanks to meditation and affirmations. And I think that's clear to all of us.
That it has.
We come to 2024 and 2025. Overall, 2024 was another quiet year for Chris. Only a couple of incidents of note occurred, both of which were in relation to conventions. On the 5th of January, he and Flutter attended Animate Rayleigh. At the convention, Chris asked a largely gibberish question at an Aqua Teen Hunger Force panel, which confused the speakers greatly. Well, we got to watch that.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and also, it might be... Go on with it first.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Christory. So my favorite episode of all time would have to be Video Ouija. Split up circles house. But hey, what I suppose was portrayed in the show, the video games, or the one video game really, and the movies. How do y'all feel about the metaphysical and everything along that lines?
The metaphysical?
Yeah.
What's your spirituality?
All religions, I'm multi-religious, and I got the rainbow aura and everything.
He's got the rainbow aura.
It's all good, baby.
All right. Well, you know Christians are always known for their tolerance.
What the fuck?
I want to say this as well. There's a TikTok video short that shows Chris and Flutter walking in the background.
Make some motherfucking noise for Sexy Red!
Oh, there they are. Okay.
That was it.
It's like a Bigfoot sighting. It's so there's so many pictures and videos of Chris and this Flutter woman that everyone compiles. Like whenever they go out, there's always people like taking photos of them. Like, look, all of these pictures down here from just this one event of like people spotting them and taking stealth pictures, which is pretty fucking crazy. Chris Chan is
really
literally
famous, aren't they? Yeah, he is.
He's really famous.
But he is also, he's like a famous zoo animal. Nobody wants to approach him. Everybody needs to keep their distance. It's a really phenomenal version of fame.
Yeah, it's
one of a kind stuff, isn't it? Like there's nothing you can really compare it to. Maybe the Elephant Man or something. I don't know.
I would say that his portrayal or description of his own fame is probably accurate. I think it's less famous and more infamous.
There's definitely that, but people are also fascinated with him in a way that usually infamy comes in a way that you walk down the street and people spit on you. But with this, it's this curious, oh my God, that's him. Oh, guys, he's here. It's that kind of fame. Is there anything comparable to it?
Yeah, no, maybe not. It's very interesting.
It is.
Where was I? However, when they attended the next day, they were denied entry by security and banned from the event for unknown reasons. The second incident happened in March regarding BabsCon. By the way, it's very funny that he keeps going back to BabsCon when Babs is the short nickname for his mother, Barbara, right? Barbara.
Yeah.
Be shortened to Babs, right?
Yep.
So this is his favorite hunting ground at BabsCon. It feels like home. The My Little Pony convention, BabsCon. What does Babs stand for then? If it's a My Little Pony convention, San Francisco
is it because
Bay
of Babs?
Areas. No, what is it? Oh, Bay Area Brony Spectacular. There we go. That's what it stands for.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oops. Yeah, so he got banned from the event before he could attend. In Chris's reply to their email, he brings up his LGBTQIA+ identity and that he has high-functioning autism, despite previously claiming that his autism was mostly cured the year before. November was another somewhat busy month for Chris as he once again became interested and invested in the presidential election, this time backing Kamala Harris rather than Lisa Simpson, complete with hand-drawn pictures. However, Kamala's loss ultimately didn't seem to end up phasing Chris compared to Trump's previous win. It was also around this time that rumors began to spread that Flutter was pregnant. Chris outright denied these rumors, which have since been proven to be false. So she wasn't pregnant. I think we can all sigh, a breath of relief at that fact, at that confirmation. Aside from these incidents, not much can be said for 2024. Chris still occasionally live streamed throughout the year, usually promoting items for sale via the online store that the Prater Group had set up. However, even these were more sporadic than the year before. In fact, outside of intermittent sightings in public, we once again saw a few months of the year where Chris was hardly active online at all. This was partly explained eventually, as Chris and Flutter were both spotted in Finland 3 separate times throughout the year.
Wow.
In April, September, and December. These are, again, where is he getting this money from? He's going on fucking international trips every 2 months. What is happening? Is he stealing money from his mum still, maybe? I don't know.
I just think that you cannot be that famous and not have money. There has to be... You're getting some money from... It has to be donations. It has to be.
I guess.
Because
these are the first times that Chris is... Sorry.
I don't know. It just seems to me that Chris might be as well known as Taylor Swift. There might be as many people on planet Earth that know him.
You think he's flying to Finland through his private jet?
On Taylor Swift's jet. He rents it out to her.
He's a Hollywood plan. These are the first times that Chris is known to have left the United States. Chris and Flutter have also been seen in Finland twice so far in 2025, in March and July. What would you do? Going back to that point, what would you do if you did find out that Chris Chan is actually some like wildly successful performance artist from California, Hollywood, and he's actually a multi-millionaire, and this is all just performance art?
Like anyone else, thoroughly impressed, wouldn't you?
I mean,
Surely.
that would blow my mind.
It would blow your
mind. I would question the ethics of banging Barbara still. I think that still happened, even if it is performance art. And I would question the integrity of the art.
Yeah, but all of a sudden it becomes the integrity of it. I'll tell you who wouldn't have a problem with it. Probably France. I reckon France would sit there and be like, you do get to the next level, you know? It's really artistic. You can't fault it on that.
It is.
Now, there's a man that will go to any length for his art. Because it is honestly, yeah.
No, I was going to keep reading. What?
Well, I just think that people like Chris Chan, I think I made this point in the first one, but honestly, he is art. He is a walking canvas. He's taken...
Art is in the like, art is subjective, right? Like, I could still find this art even if it's not art.
It's very... Fuck, you're a school of Andy Warhol, aren't you? You really like that thought.
This is exactly what Andy Warhol was thinking.
I think he is. I think he actually was. This is like everyone's going to get their 15 minutes of fame, but he's turned it into 35 years. He's
the longest 15 minutes ever.
You can't stop him.
What's curious about these Finland visits is that Chris had been uncharacteristically tight-lipped about them. In fact, he has outright denied that he has ever been in Finland or that he has been learning Finnish on Duolingo, despite there being overwhelming evidence to the contrary, such as pictures of Chris in Finland. So, you can't deny that at this point. Considering that Chris couldn't even keep his alleged incestuous affair to himself,
exactly.
This has captured the attention of his followers and sparked theories as to why the sudden secretive responses to Finland. The most commonly accepted theory is that Flutter has Finnish heritage or even potentially lives there and just visits Chris periodically. She does look Finnish to me. She does look Scandinavian.
Absolutely. Yeah, she is.
And they're a interesting, eclectic, eccentric kind of people over there. Most of the Finnish people I know are very, I guess, peculiar. That's not really a compliment. It's less severe than that, but they're definitely a unique culture. So I don't really know what I'm saying there. I don't know if I'm...
No, I know exactly what you're saying, and I think we all do.
I'm not asserting that most Finnish people would be friends with Chris Chan, but I'm saying that it's not surprising to me.
Much higher
It wouldn't be
chance.
surprising to me.
Genetically inclined.
Genetically predisposed to being friendly with Chris Chan. I think it's because they don't get much sun up there, maybe. They're always in the dark. Something happens to your brain in that situation where you don't
They
get
do
much
really have that
light.
type of personality of like, okay, you fucked your mom, what is the problem? You know, they do have it. I think that... But it's also just like, I don't know why there's conspiracy theories about this. She's obviously Finnish. He is obviously learning Finnish. The only thing that is truly remarkable about all of this is that he is more coy about this than having sex with his mum. That is phenomenal.
Exactly. Yeah. That's less of a big deal than him learning Finnish on Duolingo. No, I swear, I'm not learning Finnish on Duolingo. You can't prove
I was
it.
busy fucking my mum at the time, guys. What? Okay.
The court said I was innocent of Duolingo. I've never been
It is an
proven
incredible decoy.
It is pretty good. I'm now more focused on the Duolingo aspect of this story as opposed to the incest. So it is working if this is the strategy. The speculation and mystery grew further when, on their 5th trip, they were seen in Rauma, a small town with just 30,000 residents located 250 kilometers away from the capital of Helsinki, so quite far away from any tourist hotspot. To date, though, the true reasons behind these Finland visits remains a mystery. The only other main incidents of note from 2025 are that Chris has moved away from live streaming and instead gone back to more pre-recorded videos. In May, he posted a video complaining that he was receiving too much hate from viewers on his streams and threatened to stop streaming altogether. So far, he has uncharacteristically stuck to his word about this, sticking to pre-recorded videos. And that's where the Chris Chan story currently ends, although we are left with some unanswered questions and mysteries which we can only assume will become more clear in time. We have also been left with a cautionary tale of sorts. I mean, is it really don't fuck your mum? Pretty easy.
It's still cautionary, I guess, and that's why you shouldn't do it, guys.
Yeah,
because you could become a very famous meme on the net with, an international lifestyle of flying to Scandinavian countries a lot, and also get off scot-free. Don't do it, guys.
With a
risk is
hot
too great.
Finnish girlfriend too. You get everything handed to you. A
You get everything you
PlayStation 5.
Everyone seems relatively nice to you.
If there's anything to take away from this 9-hour series, is that you shouldn't bang your mum, believe it or not. I hope you took that away, at least. Over the course of Chris's life since his discovery by the internet in the late 2000s, we've seen someone who couldn't help but post anything and everything online, however innocently motivated at first, and being exploited by trolls as a result. We've seen Chris's mental state and grip on reality deteriorate over time, and we've seen a life of low points that somehow defy all expectations by continuing to find new depths. Countless times we've seen Chris be genuinely victimized by others as well as victimize others himself, all the while shirking any and all responsibility for genuine wrongdoings. After learning about Chris's convoluted history, one can't help but wonder how his life might have turned out had he never been discovered by online trolls. If people like the 12-year-old Blue Spike and the Idea guys hadn't permanently affected his mental state, or if he had managed to get a job and leave home, for example. Regardless, this is the world we live in. Universe 1218, as Chris would call it. And Chris Chan will forever be in the internet history books, for better or worse, with his status as the biggest lolcow in history now seemingly unassailable. What Chris will do next in life, no one can possibly know, but rest assured, the world will be watching and documenting. And that ends our trilogy on Chris Chan. Guys, you've done it. You've suffered alongside me. You've made it through this arduous task. You are now proficient in Christory. You've got your doctorates. You're PhD certified in Christory. How does it feel?
Can I take it back?
No refunds.
Oh, you want to take back?
No
You can't ever
I don't want to be
throw
a
away
Christory.
education like that, Kira.
Yeah, education's important, Kira.
It's
I'm
its own
setting you up for the
reward.
future.
Exactly.
I don't want it.
I suppose you can have the argument of like, am I ever going to be using trigonometry in my life? Why do I have to learn this when it comes to Chris Chan? But nonetheless, if we do
I
learn
feel like
these,
you'd be using Christory way more than trigonometry in your day-to-day. Even
What,
just the
just in
small
terms of
lessons, like don't
casual
bang your
chats?
mum. No, just the
That's
moral
probably
lessons,
much
I
more
guess.
applicable to your day-to-day life than trigonometry. You're right.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
ever think
Kira,
about
you learned a
trigonometry.
valuable lesson in that. You're very ungrateful about this whole series, aren't you? It's obviously
Kira, come
improved
on.
your
Yes.
What have you taken from this, Kira? Like, actually dig deep and give us a life lesson from this that you've learned from these 3 parts of Chris Chan. Have we made you a better person?
No.
Now, okay, so you're a worse
You've
person.
made me a bit of hateful person.
I've made you a hateful person. I've ruined the little bit of joy in your soul, the innocence. It's now been corrupted now that you know Chris Chan is out there.
Unfortunately.
Jordan?
Well, I'll tell you what I actually have learned from this. If you ever want to defend yourself, the best thing you can do is make a video that is garbled nonsense. And then everybody pays attention to trying to decipher what you're saying. It's the perfect unintentional defense. And I will be using that the next time I inevitably get cancelled. Yeah. That's going to happen.
It is the best defense. You just come out and outright lie.
Incredible defense.
Just come out and say, the courts proved me innocent. And then dance a little bit to a Sonic song and you're good. People will move on. Everything will fade.
In a sense, right? Because it's so much more entertaining than trying to come up with an explanation for your behaviors.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, also say
it's
things that are
easier.
so obviously insane. It's me from another dimension. You small minds wouldn't understand it because you haven't interdimensionally traveled like me. And then everybody goes, oh, okay, they're crazy. And they get on with their life. In fact, are interested in you after that. Good for him. He broke through our dimension.
Are you glad that you've explored the life of Chris Chan now, Jordan? Do you feel like a better person?
Yeah, absolutely. No, unlike Kira, I actually value education in all of its forms. And I'm glad and I know a little more about the world. And the world is a lot more like Greek mythology than I originally thought.
Yeah, I didn't think that Oedipus would actually come up in a story about Chris Chan. And yet it directly, in multiple ways, came up. Like they quoted Greek. He quoted a Greek tale while also banging his mother at the same time as a discussion point with some random person online. It's just such a crazy story, man. There's so many different elements every single year for 35 years. So many little plot points that it's hard not to be incredibly impressed by it. I'm impressed by it. I'm impressed by Chris Chan somehow. I don't know. It's not a positive type of impressment, but I'm still impressed that this has happened for 35 years and the internet has both cultivated and allowed it to happen. It's very impressive.
I think we all are. Like, let's be honest about it. Chris Chan is the Usain Bolt of a specific field.
Of incest. Yeah.
Is he? He's the Usain Bolt of fucking his mum.
Yeah.
I mean, are you the Usain Bolt of anything? No. Exactly.
No.
Recognize greatness when you see it.
So I hope everyone in the audience took something away from this. I hope you guys enjoyed the 3 parts. We might do an epilogue episode in the future, a part 4 about Chris Chan, just covering a few of the anecdotal stuff that we missed. So if you got suggestions for Chris Chan, the elements of the Chris Chan story that we glossed over in this episode, leave them below. Comment what we missed, and we'll do kind of like an epilogue full of those little stories in the future, sometime in the next few months, to just round it out as a little epilogue. Other than that, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a massive undertaking. Big thank you to our research team for compiling all of the information. Big thank you to all of you at home for watching and supporting this trilogy. It's been hugely successful for Red Thread, so big thank you. And big thank you to my co-hosts, of course, Jordan and Kira, for joining me on this massive ordeal. Other than that, you can sign up over at official.men for a free 7-day trial to ad-free early access of Red Thread episodes, as well as our other series. Your support keeps Red Thread going, so you get free access, free early access to our content over at official.men. 7-day free trial, I mean. So, if you want to support the show, that's the best way of doing it. Official.men. Go check it out. Members can also ask us questions over there that we'll read out on the show. Very philosophical questions, I'm sure, that we're going to get into right now. The first one comes from Blake, 2002. He asks, what would be the one thing you would change in his life so that way Chris's life didn't end up like this?
No internet.
No internet? All right, okay. That is probably the most fundamental thing that would have changed Chris's life completely. You've taken in internet. We'll each give him one different thing that'll change his life. I'm gonna say no mum. I'm gonna say Barbara left the family very early on. No mother involved in him, because I do think that Bob was a better father figure than Barbara, and also it removes the proclivity for incest from the household. So, that would change his life in a beneficial way as well, perhaps, and also probably Barbara's life beneficially. The only concern would be that he might fuck Bob. So I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking too. He'll turn on it. He'll do that instead.
It might.
You can't fuck Bob.
It might. Nah, Bob's safe.
You know what I honestly think it would have been? Get a job. That's what I think would have fundamentally changed that guy's life, because you cannot be that strange unless you are forced to sit in your room all day interacting with trolls in this weird loop. If you have to be in front of normal people and learn how to riff. It's honestly one of my biggest regrets in life is the fact that I never worked at a bar and instead I worked in retail, for instance, right? Like, I feel like if you work in a bar, you can jibe with people because it's basically just an adult daycare center for drunks. So that's pretty much it. I would make the bartender for a bit. Huh?
Yeah. Forced socialization would have helped for sure in a regular setting, like a personable setting. But my only concern is by the time he would be able to work at a bar, he would be 21, which means he still had 21 years of already being Chris Chan. And I think that's just so baked in at that point. He'd probably be fired on the spot.
I think Kira's probably got it right then. Make sure that he was born in the 70s so he could only stick with Star Trek episodes on VHS.
Connor Arrington asks, hey, Jackson, how much money would it take for you to watch Jordan drink Chris's cum?
Connor, that is
probably
disgusting.
not much.
Yeah, I'd do it for free. I'm not suffering in that situation at all, really.
Thanks,
Why would I ask for money? That's just greedy.
What the fuck?
What do you mean? How much would it take for you? How much would it take for you to watch Jordan drink Chris's cum, Kira?
To watch it?
Yeah. See, you don't. Yeah, that's my point. You don't have to do anything.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's not. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, it's easy. You do it for free. Come on, it's entertaining.
No way. No.
Yeah, that's sarcasm. I know.
Okay, well then, what about Kira?
She's acting coy.
Like, $5,000.
She'd love to
watch it for $5,000 easy.
$5,000, Kira? That's great.
So
great
easy.
Deal. Take it.
Double it.
What the fuck?
No, what are you talking? That's so pathetic. What the hell?
$5,000's not good enough to watch a man drink Chris's cum.
I can't believe this. Honestly, any money at all, I would watch it. Like if someone gave me $1, I'd be very thankful for it.
No, you and me, Jordan, we would do it for free. We would absolutely. I mean, we already did in this episode.
Not free.
In previous episodes, we've watched.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? We watched him do it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Well, I mean, it's a big deal for Jordan to drink.
It's a big deal for me, but yeah,
that's a big.
But
that's a big deal
for everyone
you.
else involved.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely be grossed out and concerned, but I'm not gonna be greedy and ask for money.
I'm not gonna look away.
Yeah. Rilo asks, as we all know, Chris Chan loves to drink cum. Would you guys rather drink your own cum or somebody else's?
Why? What's this question?
This was most of the questions, believe it or not. So again, if you want to ask us cum-related questions, sign up at official.men.
And we will answer them unashamedly.
Yeah, absolutely my own product as opposed to other people's cum. Why would I choose to drink other people's cum?
Yeah, why would you choose that? What's the incentive? You have to, guys, if you're going to ask that kind of question, you have to say, you get one wish fulfilled by one of those Japanese talking fish or something.
Yeah, there has to be a little bit of debate here. You can't give me a easy layup.
Yeah, it's such a foregone conclusion. I am drinking my own cup. Well, Jackson's on top of mine, obviously, but then after that, my own.
A nice cocktail.
This is such an easy question, guys. Which you can get if you sign up to the exclusive membership.
Paul asks, do you think Chris Chan had any genuine fans? Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
I think that they were
I've met them.
I think that they were all just as heavily autistic and, what's the word I'm looking for? Out of touch with reality. That the same as Chris Chan. Like, I think to be a genuine fan of Chris Chan, you have to be of the same mental state as Chris Chan. So, but yeah.
Okay, what are we defining as genuine fan?
Like people that like him for being Chris Chan.
For him.
Not just as a spectacle.
For being Chris.
Yeah.
So
for example,
no
like they really like Sonichu. Like they genuinely like Sonichu.
I wonder if people do. You've read the comics, haven't you?
Yeah, but again, I don't like it because of Sonichu. I like it because of
artistry.
It's a window into Chris Chan. Yeah. Whereas these people genuinely think of Chris Chan as a genuinely talented creator, probably. So that's the difference.
Yes.
Or they like Chris Chan, like they believe in the dimensional merge, for example. I 100% believe that there are a few people out there that listen to Chris Chan, and because they are so out of touch or mentally unstable, they genuinely do believe what Chris Chan is saying. Millis asks, how responsible do you believe Isabella Janke is for what Chris Chan did to his mum? Many people try to use her influence in what happened to absolve Chris of any responsibility, but it's hard to think that someone would molest their own mother just because someone else told them to. Well, yes, but Chris Chan, again, is heavily autistic and mind broken from decades of a social experiment gone awry. So I think it's such a unique basket case where Isabella Janke does hold a lot of she did directly contribute to this happening. But yeah, I mean, it's just impossible to absolve Chris of any responsibility.
He's got to take some.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think, Jordan?
I want to know more about her, and I would very much like that to be in the addendum.
Yeah, we might focus on her a little bit in the in the epilogue episode that comes out in the future, because without spoiling too much for you, the stuff that she does is demonstrably some of the sickest stuff I've ever read about someone doing. So, and I mean her directly doing it, not making other people doing it.
Yes. Do we know anything about her now, or has she disappeared into the ether?
I think she disappeared into the ether. Last I heard, she completely vanished. Not more so after stuff about her came out. Like she was under investigation by her university for the acts that she did.
God damn. Well, that's going to be very exciting in the addendum. And also, can I just add this? If you have any lol cows that you want us to look into, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Goblin Boy asks, do you think Flutter is a genuine gal pal of Christine? Is this just another elaborate trolling operation? No, I think it's genuine.
It's hard to know, but seems it.
They like hug and kiss in real life, or they've seen touching, and they're always together outside. Again, she looks like she would fit in with Chris a little bit.
It hasn't really gone online either, so
yeah, she's not taking, like, there's no material coming out. If she was a troll, I feel like there'd be stuff leaking a little bit about her, getting information out of him and stuff like that. But it's been like multiple years of silence basically from her. So I'm under the inclination that this is a genuine gal pal, and that I don't know how to feel that Chris Chan actually ended up getting what he wanted originally. He's only come out of this incest. He's only come out of this incest saga coming out better for it somehow. Yeah. It's a bit of a weird feeling. On one hand, it's probably a good thing because it means that he won't bang any more people that he shouldn't be banging. But also on the other hand, it feels like he's directly benefiting from the fact that he victimized his own mother, which is a very gross, rationale of this situation. Strachan24 asks, question for Jordan. How do you feel knowing this much about Christory of Christian now? Can you die in peace now knowing the complete Christory?
Well, I don't feel like I know the huge amount of Christory. It's much like I think Sophocles once said that the more I know, the more I don't know. There are many, many questions that I have that are unanswered about Chris Chan, such as what is he doing right now? Who photographed him at which convention? What truly inaudible thing did he ask minor celebrities? There's many, many things that I think that you have to know to become like a true Christorian. And I honestly feel like Kira and I have done undergrad at this point. I'm fascinated by the man, personally. Absolutely fascinated. I fully understand everyone's obsession with him.
Kira, you gotta back that up. It's still fascinating. You might be grossed out. It's still fascinating.
Yes, it's fascinating. It is like a train wreck. You can't look away. You're like trying to, but you can't.
You can't. It's like a autistic train that really wants to bang his train mother all the time. You can't look away from that.
Stop.
No, absolutely not.
It's like a train that shits itself during sex constantly and has dirty, shitted briefs.
Very good.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's true though. You can't look away from it. It's something and there's no benefit to looking away from it either. It's happened. You're not directly helping anything by looking away.
You can just live in
point.
ignorance that it doesn't exist.
Why? Life's so much more boring then. Life is so much more boring.
Chris is helpful. That's the thing. It's kind of like what you're looking at there. You know what it reminds me of? You know when people say, oh, I could do what an artist does or I could do what a comedian does. And the answer usually is, yes, you could. But without the years of profession of being that, you couldn't. So I think everybody has a friend that is sort of on this, for lack of a better word, spectrum of Chris Chan. And I think that's what's sort of reminding everyone there that this is an extreme version of that friend that I have.
Yeah, people like Chris always describes himself as high functioning autistic. He's not, right? He's not high functioning. Like he can't be. He's like one of the least functioning autistic people.
I think if he was high functioning, he'd have a job in Silicon Valley, not no job.
But what I'm saying is like, is there a different condition here that's like, maybe he is high functioning autistic and the autism isn't the part that has severely fucked up Chris Chan. Maybe there's a different, personality disorder or mental disorder that has made him more susceptible to this kind of internet trolling and the mental, the degradation of his mental capabilities into discerning what is real and what's not real. Maybe it's not.
To me, it doesn't. Yeah, I think having known absolutely nothing about this stuff, and as always, we're really delving into everyone's favorite activity on the internet, diagnosing people with no qualifications. But he seems like a bit of a schizoid, surely, right? Like, that's schizophrenia, for sure.
Well, that's what I was thinking as well. And also maybe BPD, considering he literally thinks he's Sonichu and Jesus. That seems like a multiple personality disorder. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we're out of our depth there, but I don't know if it's necessarily just autism. I don't know if I could just say that
there's something else
only
there.
This way because of autism. And regardless, he's not high functioning. How would you, this is from Omega, how would you summarize this entire Christory in a short sentence? You guys go first. I'll give you some inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Man fucks mum and becomes hero. That's my entire Christory story.
That's odd.
Summed up.
Oh, what a haiku.
Man fucks mum and becomes local hero. And not local hero, international hero.
Okay. Fat man child becomes man in most surprising way. Kira, give it a go.
Oh my god, mine's boring. Unfortunate circumstances, unchecked actions equals disgusting outcome.
Yeah, that's good.
Boring.
It's some mathematical equation. It's not really a sentence.
She did make it trigonometry.
She did. It was useful.
What about
What
about autistic man wins Son of the Year award?
Disgusting.
What? It's love is love. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. That was, in more ways than one, an epic journey.
That was disgusting. I feel like I need another shower. And I only just showered.
Me too. I do actually feel like I need a shower. And it's not got anything to do with the fact that neither Jackson or I have showered in the last 24 hours.
I did shower.
Don't lie.
We did take a break overnight, guys, and I did shower. Jordan did not. Jordan is actually disgusting.
I didn't.
I don't know what's going on.
I absolutely did not. No need.
I did shower. I just put on the same clothes for continuity. Yeah, it's a
no. Okay, Jackson, you did not shower. The reason you took your clothes off is because you took a shit. And you put them back on, and you started.
All right, guys. You got a lot of stuff to comment down below. You got to leave us lolcow suggestions. You got to let us know if you also shit naked. There's a lot of stuff.
Oh, you got to do that.
Research to do. Let us know down below. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. We gotta go. This has been a long episode. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.